Um, permanent world buff. Get rid. Turn it off in an innkeeper. What? I was at an innkeeper. Do I have to set my hearth or? If you can't do an innkeeper, I would assume there would be a new character to talk to. Oh, maybe it was like the assistant innkeeper. But yeah, no, I feel that too a little bit with the being lost. Doing like all the quests for the first time. Pretty much. Pretty much. Cook. What? What is going on? What is going on? How do I get rid of this?
But it will be on. But if I have you guys, will start coming out.
Okay, bad video. You can turn the buff off and on again at any innkeeper. What? I would like to disable unrelenting rallying cry. I can't do that at this guy. Maybe he's just too low level? Blizzard! Fix the game! Go to Barbaros! Have a great day, gotta go, but wanted to say hi. Yo, thank you so much for popping in, man. You have a great day too. Guys, I've been wanting to do longer streams, but yesterday we got cooked by everything not working suddenly with my audio. And I was tired as hell, can't lie. Now we're so back, but we got Tuesday's maintenance. And there's maintenance tomorrow too, but it wasn't at the same time, I think. I'd assume that most people who plays Classic don't want the Classic to become easier. Yeah. Think so. But maybe it's also on retail and stuff, or... I don't know. I don't know, man. They probably just wanted to do something cool. I mean, there are lots of people who are constantly like waking up or going to get world buffs to level faster. I don't know if it's more of those or more of the non-world buff enjoyers. Just get good. Retail is just a mobile game at this point. Dude. I need to go get rid of this dragon buff at the next innkeeper. Hopefully I can get rid of it there. Alright, we got a frost armor, arcane int, arcane intellect. I should use F1, F2 to target. That's what I should do. I should get used to that, because once I can't see the entire screen, there's no way I can... I mean, I can shift 6 to start the heal, which also has a macro that targets. But wait a second, though. Wait a second, though. Can I see my party's health if I'm taking lots of damage? Okay, this is gonna take too long to go low. Shit. Let's go to some other mob. If I'm healing on extreme hardcore and I can't see shit, can I even see how much health the other people have? Or am I just completely throwing and trolling? Wait, let me go find a high-level mob. Because then, like, there's no way. Can I even heal properly then? I guess I just prioritize healing myself at all times. But that is kind of insane. Let's say I lose threat and everything, and I have 20% health, but the tank also has 20% health. I'd rather heal the tank then. But we're not doing this quest. But maybe I just can't even see where the tank is or how much health they have. I mean, I'm gonna want to play Paladin tank. That's the idea. We might heal some dungeons or something. We might try it. Munch nuts. Oh shit! I only got one peanut. We're out of stock. What up, Darkstar? Hydrate, alright. Yeah, I wonder if, like... I guess we'll go see here. Let's just get hit by this wolf and see... How long, like, can we see our party composition? Like, can we see that? How much does this screen cover? Oh shit, I gotta not auto attack. I think you got an indication of team profile when the Paladin gets low, but you're gonna lose that if you get low health, I guess. Yeah. Damn, they're dealing no damage. Yeah. I think I might need to turn up brightness a little bit on my screen here to fight against this Ultra. You know, I can't see shit. Are you kidding me? Wait, so we're just at like 60%. So healer's at 60%, then I just have to heal myself. How's the game going? Game's going fine. Our leveling progression has been quite slow. I haven't been able to play as much as I'd like. I've had some technical issues and some IRL things going on. Below 15 here. Do the mage need to be considered as a healer to see the health status? No, you're right. I can't just look over on my mage monitor. Gigabrain, actually. Gigabrain, wait, I can figure out who needs healing, and then I can just press F1, F2, F3, or F4. Or F5, depending on who I need to target. Great call. Great call. I can just look at... But the problem is, like, once I get... If I'm facing two different directions... And I go to look at the other monitor to see, to, like, tell what's going on my Paladin, I'll start getting disoriented. I tried a little bit to, like, play through the other screen on one character. That is a little confusing. Oh, we're running up the Red Ridge. Just don't get hit. Yep. Yep. That's the plan this time. Play it more smoothly. Gotta remember to get the flight points here. What we're basically just what we're here for. Oh, we're not gonna quest here yet. We're just gonna move. Unless we could grab the necklace quest real quick. And the Murlocs here. We could swim down. Nah. Foreman Oslo. Yeah, the toolbox. Nah, let's just do that at another time. Aren't the Murlocs down here like level 19 or something? If they're orange, maybe I don't want to do it. Go to Goldshire. Oh shit, I don't want to go to Goldshire. Alright, but I have to go to the Innkeeper here. Get rid of this buff. Get rid of this buff. Messenger to Stormwind. Let's do that. Inventory full. I don't know if this dry times quest is worth. It felt like I had to buy alcohol that cost like lots of money from everywhere to even get it done. For 1000 XP? Is that quest even worth doing? Oh, where's the Innkeeper? There we go. Yes, we can get rid of it. I would like to disable Unrelenting Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer. Bye bye. I wonder why you couldn't do that in Goldshire. It's a little crazy. So you have to use it if you're leveling a new character right now. You have to use it 1 to 10. Unless you run all the way to Stormwind or something. Damn, I still never really... Never really, sorted my bags, huh? Dry times, do we get this? Ah, screw it, honestly. Screw it. Alright, let's get the necklace quest here though real quick. Should be easy enough. Now I'm tempted to go get this. I don't think we're gonna aggro the Murlocs in the water. And if we are, we can polymorph, we can frost nova. And we should be fine. Trying to go out here, get Oslo's toolbox. Okay, looking for some mounds of dirt. Right here is Hillary's necklace. Beautiful. Okay, we need to not drown also. Also a thing. We need to not do. Alright, there's a big elite that can be here. And these Murlocs, I believe, are level 19, 18. I don't think they're level 20, right? Let's go try, huh? Let's go have a look. Oslo's toolbox. Just gotta be careful with the big elite fish thingy. Thresher thingy that swims around. Ah! Oh my god. Dude, that jump scared the hell out of me. Where is it? Yeah, you probably weren't ready for that manly scream of terror right there. Sorry to hit you guys with that. Alright, I need to mark it. Oh, it's right here. Scary. Okay. It's coming back now. It's coming over here, isn't it? Yo, why is it going over here? No. This is like a huge elite. Alright, we can probably just... No, it's coming over here. God damn it. Lake Thresher. It's definitely a red elite, this one. I think it might even be skull level. I don't know what level it is. Alright, let's come around. Let's try again. We're gonna go for toolbox. Expedition toolbox. Let's do it. I just want to go all the way around. Does it swim back now? Let's see here. I'm doing some precision work at work right now. I got thin blonde hair right, probably something similar to yours, and one strand of my hair measures in at 0.05 millimeters. The work I'm doing has a tolerance of 0.01 millimeters. So 5 times smaller is thin hair. Oh my god. Yeah, I got hella thin hair too. Dude, 0.01. Oh my god. You gotta lock in. Sounds stressful. Alright. Thresher's coming up to the right now. That's pretty good. I don't think it's gonna turn around, right? Now we just need to not pull the Murlocs. We got Shift Q. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Come on, bro. I I thought we just really quickly get this toolbox here. I probably can as well. I'm just maybe overly scared of this. Alright, now we go. There's a Murloc right there right now. Oh, there's a Murloc right there as well. Let's try. Dude. This feels kind of dumb. Okay. We have an aggro so far. Super doable, yes. Perfect. So the piece can only change 0.005 millimeters up or down before it becomes trash. These small measurements can't be felt by your fingers. It sounds kind of cool, actually. What is that? Precision work. Is it some like nanofibers? Is it some like medical, or is it like physics stuff? Or what is that? Is it like biology, microorganisms? Pillow Reach necklace, we got it here. It. Alright, well, we got those 2 quests. That's pretty big. Good XP here. I don't remember if we get any green items here, but we'll get some XP, that's for sure. 1,350. Damn. Defies Brotherhood, I forgot to turn this in. Let's talk to this guy, Wiley the Black. Go back to Westfall. Yeah, we gotta go to Westfall first, then Stormwind. Medium armor kits. We'll wait with that quest there. Oh, damn, it's gonna be nice to go to Darkshore and start getting green items here. Filling out. Yes. Green gloves? Do we even get that? Green mail gloves? We get the cloak. And bracers from Merkdeep. Pretty sure. We'll see. We'll see though. Free lunch. 500 XP. No, I'll just wait with that. Just wait with that. We're going to Westfall. Doing the Dead Mines pre-quests. Ooh. Now I produce metal pieces, big and small. My current work is just simple looking 20 centimeter rod with very precise ends on it. Oh. Looking rod. Do you think TBC is right around the corner, guys? It sounds like Onlyfangs 3 will... I listened to Soda Pop and talk a little bit. The guy was behind it all. And he was kind of wondering if they would do... Maybe wait, you play TBC on launch, and then eventually they do... the hardcore kind of streamer fun guild. After some more raids have come out, so that they can like progress at their own pace. I don't know. Sounds super hyped though. I'm excited. I'm excited to maybe be a part of it, but I'm also excited to see if we can level to 60 on these ultra hardcore duo characters. The TBC sounds so fun. It's like completely new. I mean, it's not completely new, obviously. Many people have already played it already, but like through a hardcore lens, it would be completely new, which I love. Because I love hardcore. And then also, I mean, I haven't played the endgame TBC. I leveled from, I didn't even level to 70. In TBC Classic last time, I leveled to 69. And then my friends stopped playing, and then I stopped playing. So I haven't done any of the, like, I haven't done any of the pre-bis stuff and all the, like, dungeon farming and shit. I'm not super familiar with the Burning Crusade, and it's just been so long since I played it last. Sounds super hype. Hope TBT arrives soon, yeah. Sometimes you do pieces for the medical industry. It's just specific metal shapes and pieces. I see. Ooh, 73 armor belt. 11 armor bracer. Let's peep the new bracer drip. Boom, blue bracers. Fit the cloak. New belt. Okay, nice. Nice. Gotta go to Stormwind. Wiley's note. Doom, 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 doom. You stopped at 60. Yeah, I did actually stop at 69. It wasn't intentional. It was just... I was playing with my friends and they weren't, like, nobody was really playing. So easy. So, I mean, the good thing is now I've never hit 70 before, so that'll be exciting. Let's go to Stormwind now. Stormwind, turn in that quest. The price of shoes. I'm not gonna go through Goldshire. Messenger. I want a ding to level 16 before we go. I'm wondering where to do that. Thinking we might come Stormwind, do the turn-ins, then we get another delivery down to Westfall. Then we maybe just go kill the pillagers and looters, even though it's a little bit sus. Probably just do pillagers and looters. Get the simple compass. I forgot about that. Humble beginnings. Which level are you gonna do Dead Mines at? Level 20. We're gonna do level 20. Because at level 20, you get Consecration on the Paladin, and then we can tank. And I mean, we cleared it last time, so we have to do it again. And this time, we got absolutely terrible gear last time. Maybe we get great gear this time. Do 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 do. Shit. Trying to do parkour here. Oh, we changed our... Oh, shit. Why is the parkour so much harder? On the female hitbox. Bro. Oh. Lol. Sexist game, yeah. Juan Morrison, dead at level 6. But we're 3 bars off level 16 now on the Paladin and a little bit more on the Mage. Can I go do the Mage quest maybe? Could go do that. So yeah, Defies Brotherhood, we go there. Yup. Well, lay on hands. We got lay on hands on X. Gotta remember that. Poison supplier? No. Up here? Take Shaw. Shaw's report. Shaw? Silk Song reference? Shaw? The reports, 400 XP. I think we gotta go do the Mage quest here. Let's go do it. Could also just do the 900 XP rat roundup. I'm thinking we do the Mage quest. Wait, am I in /join Hardcore death. Am I in that already? Hardcore death alerts. No? Slash join hardcore death alerts. Hardcore deaths? What is it? Anyone said rat? I think somebody was slain by a kobold rat, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, rat. We were saying rat. We're gonna do the rat quest. In the tram. I was thinking I could do that since I'm going to Ironforge anyway to do the skip. Do the mountain skip to go to wetlands. And then to Darkshore. Should we go check? Yeah, let's just go check if there's pots here. I think that'd be pretty big. Do we have any healing potions? Any of the big ones? Drop right up here. Oh, a level 16 rogue dead in Darkshore. Oh, they try to kill the thugs. I think they're level 18. That's a good belt, by the way, for level 22, but lesser mana pots we'll take. There's no big pots, but we'll take the lesser mana pots. We'll do... There we go. I feel like it's more likely I run out of mana on the mage. Yeah, I didn't even mana pot. Should have mana potted when I died too. I don't know if I had a mana potion. Failed a piece. Failed a piece. Oh, you failed a piece, I see. Oh shit, you gotta lock in. Not like this. Not like this is such a classic emote. Not like this. 10 incantation, manifestation, blah 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 blah. We grab these. Okay. Oh, we're gonna get Flame Strike here, level 16 too. It's gonna be a nice one. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, yeah, down here. Oh. Shit. Walking into the walls. Yo, what up, Jedi J? Hey, yo. What is that? Hello. Not the... Oh my god, the 30-day... The month stream streak is insane. I didn't even know the stream streaks have been out for that long. That is big. Good job. What are vibes? Vibes is in here too. We gotta fight here. Let's send it. Yup. Blessing. Blessing of Might. And let's just mana up and then we'll summon up some... summon up some mobs here. Was that not the... was that the wrong button? Use near a mana rift disturbance. Is this not where the disturbance is? Wait, did I, oh my god, did I forget something again? We need to go to the basement? Yeah, 30 stream streak is insane. Alright, let's try here. Okay, there's one there. Damn, whoa, they have a lot of health, no? Rip Bonnie? Did Bonnie die? I died if anyone cares. The unkillable mage, the ultra hardcore creator. Rip. A rip. Alright, let's go down here. Check for some anomalies. Got one. This mace is slapping, by the way, guys. Dude, what is wrong with my ability here? Why is it... when I press shift 4 with no target to heal, sometimes it heals myself, and sometimes it goes into like... you know, it tries to target something and it doesn't cast. Where the shit is buggy. Oh, I need one more. I'm locked in again. The rod is inside the accepted measurements. That's a great sentence. Do we do some AoE shenanigans? Let's end it. We're healing on the Paladin. Okay. There we go. We got him. We only need the one though. We're good. Oh, you got the clip? You got the clip. Perfect. Wait, let me watch that. Let me just go up here and turn this in safety. Highest heal crit. Update to 132. Guys, let's watch it. Bonnie's dead. Dedge.
Maybe I'm a little bit afraid there's a
Doo-doo-doo.
few of them.
Guys, this is the ultra hardcore creator. They came into our chat and were like, yo, this is cool. Can I raid you one day? And he's level 29 now, playing on ultra with no bindings, no action bars. Is this in Scarlet Monastery? Wait, no, what? Where is this?
Immune! He's immune!
No.
Why is he immune?
Oh, it's in Duskwood.
He.
And they're frost immune. Uh-oh, he's gonna frost no one. It's not gonna work, isn't it?
Okay, let's get the freaking hell out of here. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm dead.
Was that more Ladim? Oh
Especially,
no.
oh my god, I might actually be dead. I'm dead! No!
Oh my god.
I didn't have him marked! No! Oh my god! Why? Oh, no.
Yikes. Yikes.
That
What?
was on the easy mobs as well, and then Mr. Big Man himself came out and gave me a spanking.
Damn. That's rough. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, this is... I need something more chill right now. 22 Lock Dead in Red Ridge. Oof. What should we do then? We're almost level 16. I think we should go... 1,800. Oh shit! Yo! Emil 601Q with the 7-month. Yo, are you the longest? I think you might be the longest sub streak individual. Thank you so much. That's insane. W Emil. Yeah, 7 months. Crazy, huh? We're on the grind, guys. It's been 7 months since we became affiliate on Twitch. Me and Mike? Yeah. Probably right. Probably Mike too. That's huge. I hope your day's great. We're playing ultra hardcore, so we can't see HP on any enemies. We can't see our level on any enemies. And once we're out in the wilds, we can't even see all our buttons. We have to remember all our buttons. Doing a new journey here after making it 60. So that's exciting. It's what everybody's on, and that's what we're on too. So we'll see how it goes. 1 death so far, level 21. And a bunch of other ones we don't count. Yeah. Okay. Let's just turn this into... I don't think I'm gonna go do this part of the quest. Don't think I'm doing that. So do we just go to the tram now? I think we just go to the tram right now. Go play a little melody for some rats. Either that or we fly to Westfall. The People's Militia. Oh yeah, because we'll only get... Wait, we'll get how much XP? 900? 900 XP, and then we'll get 400, which is 1,300. And we need 1,300 on the Mage, and we need just like a little bit more on the Paladin. Damn, what do we do? I'm just sitting, hang out, gotta work on a school project. Yeah, get to work. Nice to have the stream in the background. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy it can be nice. The hardcore creator likes to live dangerously. Did you notice his lowest health before he died was was it 0.3% or 3%? I didn't notice, no, actually. Did not notice. Shit, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Yeah, let's just fly down here, turn this in. Gonna quickly fly to Westfall and fly back up. That's gonna be good enough. Price of shoes. Just gonna abandon some quests and pick them up again at another time. Shit, I'm going the wrong way. Wait, let me see that clip. What was his lowest health?
Maybe I'm a little bit afraid.
I can't see it.
There's a few of them.
Oh, lowest health 3.7%. Yep. That is very low. He's probably like a mad scientist and experimenting with his add-on that he created. He wanted to see how it looked. Going all the way down to 3%. Our lowest health right now is 23.3 on the Paladin and 26.8 on the Mage. Which is pretty low. It's pretty low, but yeah, no, it's pretty low actually. Don't want to go below 20. I think then it's gonna be rough there. Is 23% fully darkness, or could it get darker? So the darkness is at 80%, 60%, 40%. So then I assume also 20%. So I think 20% it's the full darkness. So we didn't go to the last step of darkness, no. Oh shit, gotta make sure we got YouTube chat on in case anybody chats on the YouTube live. Who knows? Never mind. It's bugged. Bugged. It's a great song, isn't it, though? Playboy cart. I just meant Playboy cart. What's up? You rap? Defies pillager quest yet? No. Gotta go to Darkshore. Sorry. Let's salute. Is it in less than 30? Is it in less than 30? Isn't it in 130? Symbol of life. Alright, well, we got that done. Gotta go. Stay safe. Good morning, Dark Lord. That pink color you get. Oh, wait. Why is the VIP badge? I gotta refresh. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes my chat doesn't fully load. Good morning. We got short stream today. We were on late because of technical issues and Tuesday's maintenance, guys. Tuesday's maintenance. Don't we love it? Blizzard going to work, setting up stuff for the future. We love that. Did I even take the Ironforge flight point? Don't even know if I did. Don't even know if I did. Wow, but we're about to ding level 16, guys. About to ding level 16. I'm just gonna get rid of this Paladin Tome of Divinity quest. What? I can't start YouTube chat. It says I'm already running it. Well, yes, YouTube chat is on ignore today. Alright, let's go get the kebab. Let's go tame some rats with a beautiful tune. Streaming services are fun. Streaming services. Isn't Amazon Prime a streaming service, technically? Where you watch, like, movies and stuff? Did you know that on Amazon Prime, if you have a subscription to that, you also get one free Twitch subscription you can use as a Twitch Prime subscription to whoever you wish every single month. That way you get no ads, you get emotes, you get a sub badge, and you support your favorite streamer. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Speaking of streaming services. I'm gonna say it. People who invite to groups without saying a word are weirdos. NPC behavior for real. What do you think about that? Seems a little rough. Wait, what is this quest? Oh, it's the Dead Mines quest. We'll come back here though. You'll have to come back. Tram time. Actually, let's just make some more blasting powder real quick. Make a little bit more. Not getting any levels. There we go. Guys, we got 1.5 hours. We got 1 hour and 20 minutes. Shit. Let's get to level 17. Let's do it. Let's go. 1 hour, 20 minutes before the maintenance. I believe. Ooh, nice. We got the tram instantly. Nice. Still don't think I trained first aid. Yeah, we need the heavy linens. I still don't have a wand. Should have bought a wand too. What is that rat emote? I've stolen my parents' Prime account just to use the free sub, but sadly for you, I've used it on Neox. Yeah, that's okay. That's what the emote is. Stolen your parents' Prime account. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do it here. Let's do the quest. Come on, rats. Aw. This girl's already gathering a bunch of rats over there. We'll just try and see if we can get some rats from over here. There we go. Beautiful tune. Go. Stolen, they asked if I wanted the info so I could use it. Yeah. No, I know. You never do anything anything bad, of course. Got the rats. Let's go deliver. I think we might ding here on the Mage. And then we're going to turn in the last quest, the reports, to ding on the Paladin too. Nope. No, we're still not there. I guess we'll pick this up. Brother Nipsey, 5 silver. In case we need it when we're back in Stormwind. It's only like, it's 5 silver. I'm just gonna abandon it. What can you watch on Amazon Prime, actually? Are there any good shows on Amazon Prime? Wait, isn't Invincible on Amazon Prime? Invincible is kind of good. Yeah, it is. I enjoyed that show. Wait, maybe there's new episodes coming out and I haven't watched them. I'm not sure actually. We need 9 more XP to ding. Let's create some of this. Rat flute! It's too late now, we've done the rat flute. Vibes rat rave. But yeah, sure, rat flute. Rat flute it up. I was peeling fruits in the other room. Ah, you brought it back to the rat flute, I respect that. What fruits are you eating? I hope you weren't peeling like a pear or something. Or a blueberry. I was peeling blueberries. Not Prime, but have you heard of Severance on Apple TV? Super good. Ooh, I have gotten that recommended to me before. Multiple times. Severance. I haven't watched. I haven't really played a lot of WoW, but I specifically remember I hated goblins. Have you ever fought a mind goblin? What's a mind goblin? I don't know. What's that? There we go, ding level 16. Ding level 16. We'll grab 1 more point of permafrost and spiritual focus. Mind goblin these nuts. Good one, good one. Got him. Actual good one though, that's a legendary joke. I had to step right into that one. Guys, I was terrible at these nuts jokes. Or I mean, I made up all my own type these nuts jokes that worked in Danish. I made them up. And I would keep saying them way past when they were not funny anymore. It's terrible. Okay, we're level 16. Let's go train. Let's go train our abilities. And then we can move on. Let's just get rid of Brother Nipsey here. They have decent TV series on Prime, just don't have time to watch everything that is deemed as good. Yeah, that's the thing though, there's so many like good shows. And it takes so long time to watch. I'm behind, there's so many things I want to watch, but I don't have the time for. So I get that. You know what's a good source of non-saturated fats? What? What's a good source of non-saturated fats? I can't. I wonder what a good source of non-saturated fats could be. Oh, olive oil. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh. Definitely just olive oil. Oh, are you the guy who's super allergic to nuts? I'll get an allergic reaction and die? Is that you? I think there was somebody in chat who is quite allergic to nuts. Ooh, we don't have enough money. Let's just go to the Mage trainer and see. We're gonna train Flame Strike 100%. Not to take, yeah, Flame Strike is 15 silver only. Oh, we would have been honored with Stormwind, which would have made it cheaper. But oh well. Let's just train both of these. Let's do 30 silver. Not extremely, but I avoid those nuts that have almost killed me before. I mean, almost killed you before sounds pretty extreme. Okay. Got a new aura, Retribution aura. Basically just 5 holy damage whenever I take damage. Thorns. Good for building threat. Bad for damage mitigation. And good for extra damage. Just in general. And then we got the Righteous Fury, which is the big one. Which is plus 60% threat generated by your holy attacks. And we got a big AoE spell on the Mage, which we'll get to use. More AoE. We love that. We gotta make sure that we actually have the flight point, though. I don't think we actually even have it. Go get the flight point, just in case we missed it. Hi Jar, hi chat. Yo, what up, Casey? Chat, say hi to Casey. What's good, dude? We're level 16. I wanted to stream more yesterday, but my audio got cooked, and now I finally fixed it. Anyways, we're moving on. We fixed it, and now we got Tuesday maintenance. We'll have to level more tomorrow. Unfortunately, for my stream time, maintenance break is like at 4 p.m. and it lasts 2 hours as well. This time is what they're saying. So yeah, I'm just gonna do other content stuff. Speak with Shoni. Alright, we go to the bank. Wait. We go train first aid here. Not herbalism. Sounds worse than it is. The allergies, have you not almost been hit by a car before? Probably when crossing the street, so now you probably look before stepping into that situation. I haven't almost been hit by a car. I mean, I've been biking on a bike lane, and then like at like a decent pace, and then a car would like turn right and kind of brake late, and I would brake a little bit, and it would be like, bro. And I have to go around. But I haven't almost been hit by a car, actually, no. Oh, wait, never mind. I have almost crashed in a car. When it was super slippery out. On the highways. I was driving in somebody else to like a volleyball tournament. And there were a bunch of cars just all the way along. Like, we were driving for a couple hours. And like every 10 minutes you'd see a car like blinking out in the right side of the road. It was not the move to drive that day. And basically, yeah, he saw a car late. And we almost ran, like we were way too close, driving it like, yeah, driving fast. And then we swung out right before hitting the car. And that could have killed somebody behind us too. That was awful. But yeah, we lived those. We lived those. Hmm. Cadet belt? No, that's still worse. Let's get rid of just some of this linen here. Chunk of boar meat. Boar intestines, sure. I mean, this is, we're just gonna sell these. Sell. Sure. Sell. Food. Me neither, but the point is the same. When your brain text danger situation, you can most easily avoid it next time. Yeah. Guess that's how we get like trauma and stuff too. Yeah. Brain doing brain things. Try to avoid damage. And emotional damage. Physical damage. Are we done here? I think we might be done. Whoa, I'm just double checking in my head. Are we doing anything else right now? Oh, we could go to the auction house and buy ourselves like a mana pot. And we're gonna just make some heavy linen bandages. Put those on the bandage bar. Gonna put the lesser mana pot there. Make sure it's on the bar. And then we're gonna put these bandages there. And then we can sell the old ones. Sweet. Okay. Mana potion. Mana potion. What level is the... Isn't it 15 the next one? Oh, it's 22. Okay, well, so these ones, although 14 is perfect. We'll buy... Oh, we're too broke? So we'll buy one. Mana potion. We'll buy 3 here. That's it. That's all we're gonna get. No swiftness pot yet. Oh, we got some mana pots. Do you even have winter tires down there? We do, and it's actually law now. What do you mean down there? Oh, are you from Finland or what? I forgot. But yeah, basically we have we actually do need to switch to winter tires or all year tires. So you don't actually know, you don't 100% have to have winter tires. Is what I think. Do you have a wand already? No, we don't. How much is a wand off the auction house? Or, I mean, I'm getting one from one of the quests here. I think I'm just gonna get it from the quest there. Just gonna get it when I get it. We'll get one. Put the wand macro there. There's nothing for us over here. Just used to going that way. So we run out now. We do the wetland skip. We go to Darkshore. We got T and F. T and F. T for bubble. Ooh, I know what we need to do. We can levitate. Slow fall. There we go. So we could just self-bubble on the Paladin, jump down, and levitate on the Mage and jump down, no? Levitate lasts 30 seconds. Slow fall. Can we levitate? Yes, we can even keep it going. I'm middle of Sweden, very northern Norway. Ah, okay. Hello? Did I just crash? Do you guys see that? What was that? Strange. Strange happenings. Okay. Let's climb the mountain. Okay. I'm going. Oh, I should just heal real quick just to make sure. No! Alright, you see I got that reaction. I mean, we weren't gonna die there anyways. Shit, now I only got 3 light feathers left. But 3 is plenty. Where'd I go? All right here. Sup, chef up north. What's good? We're climbing mountains. What is... There we go. There we go. Wait, why does Monkey S not work for me? Is my 7 TV not on? On the OBS chat? Maybe not. Okay, so it's right first or is it? I think it's right first. You go here. Yep, there it is. Here. Up that. Is this what it looks like where you are at, Winter Wanderer? This is what everyday life is like, isn't it? Climbing snowy mountains. Shit. Wait, where? What? Okay. And here we go left. We go all the way left, then we jump. That. Yes. Boom. Got it. Got it. Alright, that's the ascending portion. Now we just gotta journey for a little bit. The top iron forge. Dwarven Fortress. After 15, I always just run there. I don't mess with the jump anymore. Is it safe? What level are the mobs in wetlands? I thought all these mobs here would be red mobs. I mean, maybe if I die right now, I'll never do this again. But we are on Paladin and Mage. So I should be able to just jump down. Should I try that on the Mage? Slow fall? Just say screw it? Or do you think that's gonna get me like into no man's land? Maybe I just do it normally and slow fall if I panic. Then we do that. Wait, I think I went to the wrong spot, no? Was it over here? Shit. Did I get lost? I maybe got lost. Shit. No, it's right here. It's right here. Okay. We keep going. The background, yeah, it's just bigger hills. The background picture of my profile was apparently a picture in winter taken during daylight. Wait, so your name is super accurate. It's lore accurate. Winter Wanter. Actually living in snow and hills and mountains. Cold landscapes. Alright, T is bubble. F is targeted bubble. But I'm just gonna do the jumps like I normally would. At least here to begin with. Alright, screw it. I'm just bubbling that and then running. Oh, that's not smart actually. It's not gonna last that long. Okay, we can definitely slow fall it down on the Mage. Except we're just gonna like... Aren't we just gonna slow fall all the way past? I'm scared, man. I don't know why I did this. Good morning, pause for parenting. We're in the middle of stressfulness. But I mean, I've done this a million times. Surely I don't like mess up, right? Right? How big was the heaven mountain you got down there? 172? We don't have a single mountain. We literally have 0 mountains. We just call one of the hills a mountain. That's what sucks about Denmark the most, is we just got no mountains. Alright, we're gonna be ready to press F here. Okay. Okay, there we go. Moving. Good morning, Miss Brooklyn. Ah, what a peaceful day it is right now. Taking a big drop. Lovely. Jaruzan, yeah, that one might be my new favorite. I know, right? It's so good, guys. But obviously, I never yap at all. So I understand that nobody's using the emote because we never yap. We're always just sitting here spitting facts. We're just spitting facts. That is what it is. Hydrate. Let me just make it down this mountain real quick. Shit, I don't have any nuts to munch. Alright, we're moving. Taking a big drop. Boom! How low did we go there? 25%? 25.5. Alright, we're good. Now we got the crocodile section, which is going to be fun. Let's stretch. Guys, if you have a chair, you can just stretch by putting your leg on a chair. Oh. Stretching it out. I just hit my lamp. Or you can do the other stretch. The hamstring stretch. That's good. That's good right there. Of course, you gotta do the other leg too. Oh my god, that's actually so good. It's a great stretch. Alright. Change your username color. Why? Yeah, your username color is orange. Did you guys know you can set username colors? Then you can get one that you like prefer. Or you cannot, and then it'll be random every time. Yeah, we're good here. Okay, guys. We did the mountains. We go to the cart here. Cart, and you go up right side of the cart. Drop down here in between. I don't know about that. Okay. I think I did it differently than I used to. Anyways, we're there. You just follow. Now we make sure the rare spawn sludge is not here. Wasn't feeling pink today. I think orange is kind of fire. Wait, what color is my name? Oh, I got the green. Dark green. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you knew already, huh? What do we do? Drop it down. Guys. We're level 16. So, I think even if we pull a crocodile, we'd be able to, like, sort it out here. But, let's just put, like, a skull on that Murloc. I saw one. Yeah, I see the crocodile right there. It's gonna be triangle. We got one all the way out here. So we can Frost Nova, and if that resists, we try to polymorph. And then we can stun, and then we can health pot on both, and then we can bubble on both. Let's wait for this one to go back again. Wasn't sure if it was just super tired or having a stroke not seeing pink. It is like that. Alright, I think we're going now. We move. I see another crocodile here. I think we just swim across the top here and we're good. Yo. Nice. Nice. 16 hours? Wait, you did 16 hours of what yesterday, Jorkany? What did you do 16 hours? $16 hours of anything sounds like insanity. Alright, we're gonna remember to get the flight point this time. Yes! Got that last time, and that got us killed because someone went to Red Ridge early. Okay, I don't see any boats. We're gonna check. Actually, it just arrived. But we're still gonna check real quick here. Shit, I don't got money on this character. No. It's like 1 minute on the boat timer. No, there's no pots. I don't have time to check the other spot, I think. No, parkour, no! Hold the boat! Shit, did we just miss it? I think we maybe missed it. One minute. No, 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 no. Hold the boat. Yes. Oh, we made it. Perfect, just as it goes. 16 hours of work. Bruh. Bruh. That is taxing. Alright, guys, we made it to Darkshore. That is exciting. We only have 40 more minutes of WoW. And then there's maintenance. Oh my god. Brutal. Clutch boat. It was a clutch boat. I mean, we saw it though. I mean, I had the timer, the speedrun timer in my head. I knew when we had to hop on. If it was a little bit later, we would have had time to go and check. To go and check for health pots in the second health pot shop. But oh, we did it. We got it. Oh, this is gonna be good, guys. Abandon. 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 We're gonna need quest log space here. Actually, the one thing that does suck about being level 16 is this first buzzbox quest is now gray. I'm still gonna do it though because of the follow-ups. That does suck a little bit though. Because there's one quest here that's level 10. One quest. This one. How much XP is that now that it's... Yeah, it's still 700. It's still fine. It's fine. What if we skip the Buzzbox quests completely? We could do that. I don't know. I feel like it's fine. It's gonna be fine here. Try to see if we can kill 2 different ones here. Spamming buttons. Oh shit, I didn't even have freefall loot on. Because I haven't killed any mobs. The entire stream. You speedrunning this round? No. We are giga slow. But I mean, I might as well do the route that I know. So that will make it a little bit faster. And but we're level 16 here instead of level 13, so we might be able to like just level all the way to 20. Or maybe like 18, 19. For sure 18. But no, not speedrunning. Guys, Dualbox speedrunning is difficult. But I could probably set the world record because nobody's ever done it before. Grab this one. Oh, we need to get Blessing of Wisdom going there. But yeah, it should get faster now that we're finally in Darkshore. We've done all the running around from A to B to just barely get 16 and just barely get 14 for the... Like, it didn't line up well for the spikes to get level 14 and 16, where we got our AoE buttons. Maybe we do Retribution Aura even. Let's do it. Wait, I think I forgot to accept the quest. Wash the shore. I'm so washed, guys. I forgot to accept any quests. Without RXP, what am I? A brain dead... brain dead bot. Lost in the world. It's like using... It's like the same way we'd be, I guess, maybe stupid if we have no phones, no internet. Does anybody in chat know how to shoot a deer and skin it properly and make sure we don't die when we eat and you know, store the food? And how many in chat know how to grow plants and crops? Or are we all dead in a zombie apocalypse? Did you grab a flight path? No, we didn't. Good call. We didn't, and we wanted to get this quest here. Only what I've seen on Walking Dead. Yeah. I got you. Might be able to shoot something if it doesn't move. Yeah. Should I just pick up all the quests? I think I might just like go crazy here. Grab everything. Boom, boom. You get Merc Deep too? I could never kill and skin a deer, but I can grow stuff. I will distribute the tasks. Basically, what I'm saying is me without RXP, the quest leveling guide. Yeah. Sometimes not ideal. Getting used to having stuff handed to you. Being, what do you call it? Self-sufficient would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's the word though. I'm sure we'll find a way. Sure, we've gotten so far nowadays in society that things will be taken care of, right? Surely. Word. I have no idea what's happening. Alright, now we got all the ones that we need right now. What's this? Oh no, not doing that yet. Damn, it's crazy we can grab all the quests right now. Okay, sick, let's go. Killing more crabs. Wait, these mobs are probably, yeah, these mobs are actually great. You know the follow-up quests? I'm telling myself are worth it, so we're doing it. Actually, like, I never do the Moonstalker Pelt one. I feel like that one sucks. But the Courser Thresher Eyes seems pretty worth. Washed ashore. There we go. First sea creature bones. Rip thresh it on here. Guys, I was like I was a scout, I think you call it, for 7 years, and I learned jack shit. All we did was play games and do silly, stupid stuff. We did learn knots too, but what I remember more is throwing curled up pieces of paper in some sort of oil at each other while it was on fire, and we would play like Mario IRL with the fire flower. And we would make cool huge marble cracks. But yeah, did not, and you know what, I mean, we'd cook stuff on a fire. But yeah, definitely don't know anything that I should know. after having been a scout for 7 years. But I mean, it was probably mentally good for me to have a group of people to come and play games with, basically every Thursday. With like for real little fireballs, yeah, we'd like put fire on them. We'd dip our hands in the water, and then we toss them around to each other. We did that twice, I think. That was pretty cool. That was just the event. Did the IRL Mario Kart thing in Japan before it got banned. Wait, you did that? Wait, I've seen clips of that. Is that banned now? It looks super dangerous from on the clips I saw. What? How did that get captured from all the way over there? I don't get that. Okay, we gotta kill more crabs. Oh yeah, Nintendo shut them down? Oh. It does sound insanely cool though. Did you get, was it fun? You're going like 50 kilometers. Oh. Down the highway in go-karts. That is insane. That is insanity. I don't know if I've even like been on a go-kart track. Actually. I don't think I have. Would be fun as hell though. Probably. Would at least be like decently fun. What am I looking at these murlocs for? Mario Kart. Wait, was there like pickups? Was there like power up? Or was that too hard to incorporate? I hope you weren't doing the Rainbow Road track. That sounds pretty dangerous, IRL. Ooh, 114 crit, big. Okay, we're gonna get the one quest here. Fruit of the Sea. Not the other one, not the fishing quest. All the crabs are dead now. Oh, it was too hard. Too hard to implement. You drive around with literal cars around you on the highway. On the highway? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, we need 3 more drops. And then we're done with gray mobs for the rest of the zone. Guys, how long do we have? 26 minutes, and then life is over. Life in Azeroth is over in 26 minutes. What would you do if you had 26 minutes left to live, guys? 26 minutes, what would you do? There's one tomorrow too, yeah. Yeah, there is actually main. I don't know when it is tomorrow. It's from 9 a.m. Watch Jaruzan, obviously. Obviously, of course. What else would you do? I'd make sure to put on a great show for the last 26 minutes. What would I do in my stream if it was the last 26 minutes on stream? Maybe watch back all the memories, all the highlights. I'm on computer, okay, 12 my time. It says I can only see the Tuesday one, Tuesday maintenance. It's 12 at like AM or PM, like midnight or mid-noon. Wednesday, the maintenance tomorrow. Nope. Nothing there. $12. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we're finally done with this quest. Now we turn this in. We can go turn a little bit else in. We can go pick up the sea creature out in the ocean. Then we swim up and we do the deep sea quests. Kill threshers, get treasure. Ooh, it rhymes. Get more washed sea creatures. When do we have to go? 23 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, we can maybe get into Risen, and since we're level 16 now. I don't know. You'll just wait. $12 PM for Miss B. Pretty sure all those times are PST. Yeah. I think it was 9 AM. What would that be? I think it just looked like it was a completely weird time. Maybe it's because they shadow dropped TBC right after, guys. Tomorrow, TBC shadow dropped out of nowhere. TBC pre-patch. Are we ready? Boom! TBC tomorrow confirmed! Guys, we're rocking Blood Elves instantly. Sorry, we had to, we have to pause all this. We're doing TBC. You heard it here, guys. Confirmed. Blood Elf Mage, I'm claiming my role. I'm going Blood Elf Warlock. I'm not dual boxing. Bam, 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 boom, 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 boom. I might try a dual boxing hardcore down the line. But also, it sounded like TBC hardcore. Sure, the leveling, the leveling portion from like, you know, 1 to 70 or 60 to 70, I could probably do hardcore. And then the, like, dungeons, I could probably do hardcore. But then, like, once we get into heroic dungeons and raids, I'd love to be able to be a part of that. I guess I could dual box, and then once I'm level 70, I can just have 2 different characters and just play one at a time. Do that. We'll see. I need someone to go Pally with me. Hell no, I'm not playing Paladin. This is all I'm ever gonna touch Paladin. Actually, maybe Paladin is nice. Maybe Paladin is fun. I mean, I don't really know. I've only played to 21 on Paladin. Consecration is not too bad, and it's fun having different heals. But yeah. Are you guys all gonna play TBC? Or would you only play it if it's hardcore? I think I'm probably gonna do both. I'm probably gonna play TBC when it's non-hardcore. And then I'd just only do TBC hardcore if there's a whole like streamer hardcore event. I don't want to do it too early if they're gonna do it at some point anyways. Might as well wait with the hardcore then. Both, but probably hardcore. Yeah, I'd prefer hardcore too. I don't know if I play TBC non-hardcore, if I just won't care at all about anything. That could be real. What cool YouTube videos could I even do on non-hardcore? I guess if I'm still dual boxing, maybe. I guess I could also just play the game and just make highlight videos on YouTube, and it's just what it is. What it is. Onlyfangs 3 Jar Jar incoming. Yeah, we'd love to see it, wouldn't we? Would be fun. I need to make some like a plan about. No, I don't think I need to make a plan. We're just gonna do whatever. But yeah, I need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do at that point. If I'm gonna dual box, if I'm allowed to dual box, I could do like a dual boxing to 70 and then just have 2 characters there at the end. Could do that. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did it here. Okay. Holy Pally and SL lock. So strong. What the hell is SL Shadow Infliction? Is that SI? What is S? You play both. Dead ass, in the like 8 months I've known all of you, I still haven't played with anyone. Yeah, that's crazy. Do you hate us or something? I'm just kidding, it's just not lining up. We'll have like a hype ass moment, a hype ass launch where everybody's on it. That's gonna be perfect for trying to get to play together. So TBC sounds like a good time. I get bored. Yeah, I think you'd easily get into Onlyfangs if you wanted to. That's just hardcore keeps you engaged. Yeah, it does. It really does. Stone and She could probably reach out to someone for you. They would like the challenge of your dual boxing and then either let you raid with bots or just one. With both or just one. Soul Link and Soul Siphon Warlock. I mean, maybe they'd like the challenge. Maybe they think I'm trying too hard or something, or maybe they don't. Maybe think dual boxing is like cheap or something. I don't know. Don't know. But I actually, it might be a good idea. Like, I could just dual box the leveling and even like the dungeons, just like non-hardcore, non-heroic dungeons. I could dual box all of that. Have a great time with that. And then I could just like, once I hit 70, just do like heroics and raids without dual boxing. Because I think apparently it's like, it's actually way tougher than classic, and it's just super troll. Like if I'm dual boxing, if one person can get the entire raid killed on many different bosses. So TBC hardcore is gonna be more sweaty than classic for sure. Especially the end game content. But I'm sure it, honestly, down the road, we'll probably just like learn the mechanics and then we'll do it. Quest log is full. When did it? Oh, charge Rift Gem. For sure, I've never get the invites. Shaking my head. Pretty sure Miss B hates me for real. I'm gonna be honest, Jorgany. I just don't think there's like a lot going on. So you're just gonna be, we're just doing things in our small little bubbles. Like when we feel like it. I'm sure you're like, you're welcome if it makes sense. You both playing the same thing, and there's space. My very first hardcore character, I died literally 23 seconds after Miss B invited me to the guild. Oh shit, and then you never wanted back in. I get that. Yeah. Might be cursed. Okay, we got 12 minutes. Do you think we can get the lock boxes before 12 minutes? I should have set my my hearth. All right, we're just gonna swim around and kill threshers. We'll do that. That should be fine. Wait, Paladin is busted in TBC? I think in general, the class balance is in general like a little bit better in TBC. At least like some of the ones that were less viable become more viable. Warrior just kind of goes downwards a little bit, right? But it's still decent. But also play whatever you want. But if you're trying to get a hardcore raid spot, then you probably need to play something a little bit meta. I think. At least in the beginning. But I mean, you really don't have to go for a raid spot or like a hardcore. Maybe even like, maybe there's one, I don't know if there's like one raid that's Molten Core level compared to the rest in TBC. I mean, I haven't even cleared Molten Core, so I can't really say much. But I get the idea, I get like, I feel like it's, TBC is way harder in general. Remember, got the guild invite and Miss B was swapping over to me to get some bags and I was dead before she logged back on. What the hell, Miss Brooklyn? Casting curses? Messed up. Well, I should look at like the classes and actually think like what classes and specs are good for what. And try to like maybe have a little theory crafting planning session on like, let's say we're dual boxing. I think, yeah. Like, what do I play for hardcore dual boxing leveling, and what do I play for TBC, just base TBC? I was thinking Warlock for that. I mean, I'm still just trying to like play each class once. Try different things. Na, 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 na. 8 minutes left. No drop there. All right, let's just go to the boats here. I think we can make it. I want to play a rogue too at some point, guys. Oh my god. But like, let's say I wanted to tank, and I've already done Paladin and I've already done Warrior. Then I would probably have to play Druid tank, right? And Druid tank is kind of decent in TBC. Well, I mean, we don't have to tank. We can also just heal. Or double DPS. Guys, I don't know. It would also be fun to just like double DPS, but it's gonna be hard to find groups. But then I can try like as a challenge to see if I can out DPS people while I'm playing too. I just sit and be like a DPS meter Andy. Enhancement Shaman tank memes. I played a Shaman to 40 actually. I played a Mage to 40 and a Shaman to 40 before I did this. And I played a Druid on classic non-hardcore. But I could do Shaman. It was okay-ish. It's a little sketch with all the totems on hardcore, honestly. There we go. Grabbing the item through the wall. Boo-ba-doo-doo. Boo-ba-doo. Enhancement Shaman tank memes. But on hardcore, first character, I mean, it's good content though. But if we're already dual boxing, if we're memeing too much, will anybody want to play with us? I don't want to, like, you know, not play with people. I think we gotta, like, play something that's at least good. Just so people, like, you know, just so somebody wants to play with us. That's also the thing. If I'm like on hardcore and I'm dual boxing, I mean the other people though, surely if I'm in a streamer guild, let's say I'm in a streamer guild, right? Surely they will think it's fun. They will think it's good content to have higher risk because some dude is dual boxing. I feel like they might like it. I don't feel it probably won't be like a terrible situation trying to get people to join group, right? Hopefully. Alright, where is it? Shit. Okay, we got it, got it. Ooh. Gotta go up fast here. We're drowning! Ah! Okay, we're good. I wouldn't... There's going to be people who like and people who don't. Just like your Dead Mines run. Yeah, that's true, that's true. Wouldn't worry too much about it. Do you enjoy making content you'd want to watch, want to make? That is true. I mean, I think it sounds dope to do something a little bit different and see if I can dual box TBC. And then if I'd want to get a raid spot, potentially, and if dual boxing is just too troll, then I could just park them and play one at a time at that point. That could be cool. I think that sounds like a good plan. But yeah, we'll just play what we want. If our challenge is cool, I mean we're gonna enjoy it, and then it's gonna be good. Shit, we got 2 more minutes. Sounds like a good idea, yeah. And if we're somehow like, oh yeah, this is super doable. I mean, imagine we ever do a raid where we're dual boxing. No, yeah. You know, it's probably not possible, but you know, the opportunity is there. If we had already dual boxed them too, it would feel like a full journey, but it is, opportunity is there. Oh shit, I forgot to get the last Darkshore I. I think we're logging out right here, guys. On the rock. Alright, servers are shutting down. Jar Boy and Jar Girl. Level 16. We'll continue next time. We'll continue tomorrow. GG's. But wait, let me actually take a look. Maybe I can watch like a TBC class video. Maybe I can watch something on like what the different classes do. Rip Bonnie's dad. I actually did watch this earlier. Don't want to log out on the Murloc shoreline? Did he die again? No, I did actually watch this. But I want to watch TBC. Rip Bonnie's dad. TBC class. TBC hardcore class. What's a good video? I don't want to watch a 1-hour video. Mad season show. WoW Burning Crusade Classic class picking guide. Was that only 4 years ago? Ten most in-demand specs for TBC Classic. I mean, I don't have to be the in-demand spec. But I mean, I'd be interested in that. But it would also suck if everybody's just trying to play the in-demand spec. Guys, I might watch this video. Let me just watch this video. Love Mad Season. Yeah, I have watched some of his stuff before. It's a cozy vibe. Let me know if the audio is bad.
Prepared. After all, that's why you click this video, right? The Burning Crusade is coming, and you are undecided of your main class. And I can't really say that I blame you. I'm sure many of you have played Vanilla Classic, and you'd of course know that the classes are much more clear-cut. You want a tank, you pick a warrior. You want to be the best healer, roll a priest. Best DPS, warrior. Smallest wiener size, mage. Over a year ago, I helped guide you in your class choice for Vanilla Classic, and many people have requested the same thing for BC, so I've returned now at the turn of the tides. I'll tell you right now though, it'll be a tougher choice. These classes all have roles as they do in Vanilla, but it's not as extreme.
We need to start cooking,
between them are
thinking about what classes we're going for TBC,
cut winner for
Dualboxing,
healing, or whatever. There are no more, quote, useless specs that have been weaned out of the meta in Vanilla, and not just your damage, healing, or damage mitigation.
Okay,
as
less
see,
useless stuff,
there are a bunch
nice.
Of these little buffs and debuffs that warrants bringing at least one of these specs along to the raid usually. They're all still unique in their own right, but they're much more competitive. Those disappointed that Shadow Priest didn't see much use in Vanilla Classic raiding will rejoice in the fact that they're quite important for BC. Hunters have their time in the spotlight, and those upset at the overpowered nature of bullshit frost mages will be just as upset because honestly they're pretty crazy in BC too. When people think the Burning Crusade, they think of hallmark features such as arena, jewel crafting, and heroics, when in reality, if you had to pick the biggest change, it would probably be how these classes evolved. And my goal in this video is to explain to you in what ways they have, what they excel at, and so on.
Okay.
It's still the early stages of MMO design. As you'll see, there's still a lot of one-button classes in PvE, but still, lots of evolution across the board. Something we have to address first though, and I'll mention this throughout the video, is that these classes are heavily affected by some of the more broad sweeping changes to the PvE and PvP scene in BC. For example, the raids are reduced to 25-man,
Oh yeah,
25-man
raids
from 16 to 40, therefore you have much more dots to bosses. Anyone who's raided in Vanilla, and those hunters don't want to use Serpent Sting, increased from 16 to 40, therefore you have much more freedom in applying debuffs and dots to bosses.
Wait, why can't you apply debuffs and buff and dots to bosses right now?
Anyone
Don't they stack already? Didn't they change that? Or they changed that in Anniversary maybe?
In Vanilla, and those that hunters don't want to use Serpent Sting, Shadow Priests don't want to use Shadow Word Pain, and certain items are frowned upon because they take critical debuff slots. So, due to this decreased raid size and increased debuff cap, you have way more freedom to actually play your class in BC. This opens up the door to Warlocks using dots, Feral Druids using bleeds, and much more. And speaking of freedom, you see support for each spec not only through class balance, but also through itemization.
Tier sets
Those
for
who play
every
Vanilla
spec.
know that the armor
Holy
sets were all
shit.
designed for just one spec per class. For example, every tier set for warriors was designed around tanking, and DPS warriors
I don't like getting
had to get a
spoiled too
random
much in what
mishmash of
sets we'll be
offset
wearing. I want to
pieces
see the
support their
gear once we
playstyle.
get it.
It was the Burning Crusade is when they added multiple versions of tier sets for each and every NPC, the reputation of being pretty unfriendly to melee classes in particular. So something to keep in mind there. World buffs are nerfed. The meta in classic vanilla changes with world buffs. For example, hunters would be much better in comparison if the world buff meta didn't exist, because they don't benefit as much from them. They're gone in BC though, with the exception of one, which is huge in the realm of class balance. Shaman is now playable by the Alliance, and Paladin by Horde, so if you wrote those classes off because you're a faction-first kind of player, they're now worth exploring.
That's good.
And on the PvP side of things, Arena is Paladin, the new endgame competitive PvP activity. So you're going from these wide-open battlegrounds to enclosed arenas with line of sight everywhere, which has a huge effect. For example, hunters not being as strong as they were in vanilla, in this aspect being one of them. In an open field, hunters and the Dothraki can 1v1 just about anyone, so it's a much different story in an arena setting. Crowd control effects were nerfed to last no longer than 12 seconds, so say so long to mages being able to indefinitely reset fights or grabbing a beer when you're getting chain sapped. Classes that used to rely solely on burst aren't as godlike with the advent of the resilience stat, and much more. Again, I'll take notes of all of this when the time is right, but I just wanted to mention all of this now to get you in that mindset that it's not just your class that's changing, but it's also the environment around you, and I'd argue that's just as important as the classes themselves. For the sake of keeping the length of this video down, if you're curious about PvE rotations or PvP gameplay, I'll have some nice examples of both in the description for each class and spec. May as well see those in action, right? So definitely check them out.
Yeah, guys, I heard that apparently Onlyfangs Season 3 might be more PvP focused. It might be like an alliance versus horde situation, and then we might do like arenas stuff. So if I can get into that, which I'd love to, I'm also curious if I can play something that is PvP viable. What is a good dual boxing PvP
The
duel?
hunter is the master of the wilds, and isn't shy of exploring the
Yeah, maybe we
unknown
can't
of
dual
the
box that
outland.
though.
Of course, with the trusty companion by their side. As you'd expect,
We might
they have
actually do some
focus on dealing
PvP.
out range damage, and that's where they're the most comfortable, but they
Never
can hold
really
their own
done that
face-to-face
outside the
if it comes
Mak'gora.
to it.
How could you
They're one of
assist
two
with
classes
arenas?
to have
Yeah,
direct control over a
probably
companion
fun. I've
pet,
never done an
with
arena.
hundreds of families or variations to tame out in the wild. And aside from their powerful ranged attacks, they have a selection of traps to damage, slow, weaken, or otherwise debilitate anyone or anything unfortunate enough to spring them. They're arguably the masters of kiting in the Burning Crusade, and fighting against them is like chasing the greased-up deaf
Guys.
guy. The Beast Mastery tree.
Hunter dual box. He says the master of kiting. The problem with Hunter is, if we're dual boxing Hunter, we're not going to be the master of kiting at all. And we're not going to be shoot moving very well. Maybe we could get like decent at it, but it would take a lot of effort. Constant effort.
Focuses on improving the combat capabilities of your pet and is far more
Could
powerful
do
in the
like
expansion.
double Hunter and do
Marksmanship
something.
holds powerful ranged attacks, and survival, aptly named, increases your survivability and also utility and support to teammates. They received some updates to core functionality, such as their dead zone. This will largely depend on how Blizzard does BC Classic, as this was in patch 2.3, but the Hunter's dead zone was nearly eliminated. As you may know, in vanilla, if enemies get too close to you, you're unable to shoot or use most ranged abilities as they have a minimum range. And of course, there's a maximum range to your melee abilities, so you have this gap where you can't melee nor shoot. This is called the dead zone, and keeping enemies out of it is delicate and often difficult to do. In the Burning Crusade, however, it's removed since
Oh,
the minimum
shit.
range for shooting has been drastically reduced.
Oh my god.
Giving them much more freedom. than
Oh
their vanilla
my
counterparts.
god.
Traps
That's
are now useful
insane.
in combat, which is huge. It makes for a much more fluid
No dead
gameplay
zone?
style, and as a result, you'll be using them far more often compared to your past self in vanilla. With new lands comes new wildlife, and
That feels
Outland
nice for
offers a wide
hunters.
variety of new companions waiting to be tamed. They now receive a percentage of the hunter's armor, attack power, stamina, and so on, covering up a major weak spot in vanilla of pets not scaling with you as you gear up. Ravagers are highly sought after for PvE DPS. Warp Stalkers have increased mobility with their warp skill, and much more. Plenty of variety and different looks to choose from in the Outland. Can you become the next Pokemon Master? A pet peeve of yours during vanilla may be the fragility of your
Pokemon Master.
companion.
Right.
Whether it be from PvE or PvP,
Guys,
as they die quite quickly to incidental AoE damage. You'll be
I
happy
don't know
to
if I can have
that
the
one
whole
of many
RP
new
feeling
pet
with
talents
getting
is
pets and
avoidance,
stuff.
which decreases area of effect damage taken by 50%. They're not immortal, and you still have to keep an eye on them, but overall, a huge improvement in survivability. For ability roll call, first up we have Steady Shot. Hunter gameplay and rotations in the PvE scene in vanilla can be described as being pretty stagnant. Unlike many other classes, they have no filler spell, and their gameplay boils down to auto-shooting until arcane, aimed, or multi-shot come up, depending on your situation, build, or activity. This changed in the Burning Crusade with the addition of Steady Shot, which has no cooldown, and after a short cast, deals moderate damage to an enemy, more so if dazed. Today, this ability is quite well known because, due to its 20% scaling with ranged attack power, it outpaced nearly every other hunter ability, and top PvE DPS hunters would weave it into this macro along with Kill Command, and use this exclusively as their PvE DPS rotation.
Oh shit.
Using the
Steady
term
shot
lightly
spam.
there. It ended up being a DPS loss to use anything other than this macro, in fact. Of course, excluding your big rapid fire and bestial wrath cooldowns and trinkets.
Sounds
I
a little
mentioned
bit lame.
Kill Command already, so let's cover that. This is an ability that you use to command your pet to deal some damage, only usable after a critical strike by the hunter, with a short cooldown. Mana was also an issue for hunters in vanilla. I just said that the gameplay for hunters is auto-shooting until your abilities are on cooldown, but if you were to do that, you'd find yourself out of mana quite quickly. This was addressed in BC with the new aspect of the Viper, which over time restores mana, becoming more potent the lower mana you are.
Cool.
And many people are surprised to learn that misdirection was in the game as early as the Burning Crusade. This causes the threat generated from your next few attacks to stick to a friendly raid or party member, which is a huge help. Many classes actually got some sort of ability or passive to help keep their threat down in BC. This is one of them. Overall, threat is still a big deal in BC. I think it was Wrath is when tanks started getting it pretty easily, but BC is still tricky, and hunters bring very high value with misdirect here, and they'll want to use it on cooldown. Your trap repertoire has been expanded with the addition
This is
of
like a
snake trap.
deep dive.
Spawn
Holy
several
moly.
snakes to attack whoever broke it. They're not really damaging,
Can we
but
watch
they do
this
apply
whole
some
thing?
hindering poisons such as crippling to slow, mind-numbing for cast speed, and deadly for damage. Moving into talents here, I won't really go over all of them because I want this to be a general overview, but I will cover the new abilities and the major stuff. First is Ferocious Inspiration, which gives your party
I mean,
a damage
I don't even
buff
know the
after
Hunter
your pet
Classic
scores a critical
version.
hit. This is one of the many little buffs that many specs bring, as you'll see. Blizzard wanted a more even representation of the specs across the board, and they didn't do this just by increasing the damage or covering weak spots. They did this by giving various party buffs, so inevitably when some specs would fall behind, there's always a reason to bring them. People describe this as bring the class, not the player, and whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is really up to your preference. But moving on, in Beast Mastery, you gain the Beast Within. It basically copies your Bestial Wrath effect onto the Hunter, increasing damage, reducing mana cost, and making you immune to crowd control. Marksmanship Hunters gain Silencing Shot. In Vanilla, they lacked any sort of way to interrupt casters, excluding Scatter and Intimidation, so this covers up a weak spot, obviously PvP oriented here. And Survival Get Readiness, which instantly resets the cooldown of all other Hunter abilities, sort of like the Rogue's Preparation. So Rapid Fire,
Oh, shit.
Death, Traps, everything.
Oh,
Survival also
that
gets a
sounds pretty
crucial
insane.
supporting debuff called Expose Weakness, which causes your crits to increase the attack power of all raid members by a portion of your agility, and many raids would run one Survival Hunter for this debuff alone. Overall, Hunters are very well represented in the Burning Crusade.
okay.
I've heard from many that they're one of the top DPSers. Their Beast
Hunter?
Mastery spec shines through in PvE content, making use of that steady shot macro as described earlier. It's also
Macro
simple,
abusing, okay.
others boring, but nonetheless, very powerful.
Okay.
Survival is also important. It's not as potent as Beastmaster, but that debuff brings valuable support, and they'll always be wanted for that.
Cool.
And Marksman Hunters will find their niche in PvP due to their high burst damage and added control, although that won't be the only spec that you see in Arena. But overall, the Hunter becomes much more versatile in the Burning Crusade. A lot of that clunkiness was washed away. Sometimes it feels like you have concrete shoes with traps not usable in combat, or the extreme dead zone and pet fragility, and players who wrote them off because of these things may want to give them a
Also,
second
Hunters
look at
actually
Burning
become
Crusade.
way more nice to
Extremely
play than they
powerful
are in Classic.
PvE, very capable
They're
in
like,
PvP,
the quality of life is
regardless of your
insane.
preferences, an appealing
compared to
choice to be
Classic.
sure.
Okay, cool. Definitely not doing a Classic Hunter. We might do a TBC one. Might do one.
War never changes. Since the dawn of
What is this?
humankind, when our ancestors first discovered the killing power of rock and bone, blood has been spilled in the name of everything from God to justice to simple psychotic rage.
Oh. Warrior. I'm curious about this one actually. I don't know what warriors are because they're like insane in Classic.
War never changes. But Warrior, on the other hand, does quite a bit in the Burning Crusade. They're still the plate-wearing juggernauts you've come to know and love, Sometimes it just feels good to hit things. I feel like a description of the warrior class is pretty unneeded. They're the most straightforward archetype in any RPG. You wear heavy armor, wield big weapons, and beat people into a pulp until they rage log a level 1 alt to shit talk you. I guess maybe if you're new to the game though, in World of Warcraft, they operate on the rage system. You generate rage as you hit enemies and get hit by them, and you then use this resource to power your many melee attacks. What weapons you use and how you use them, however, depends on your specialization. Their arms tree remains to be their PvP tree, with a focus on improving their two-handed capabilities, as well as some debilitating effects for PvP, although they do become valuable in PvE as well, as you'll see. Fury still prefers a dual-wielding playstyle and is the go-to for those who prefer PvE content, and Protection of course bolsters their defense, and although there are up-and-comers in the tanking realm in BC, Protection warriors are often seen to hold the crown of being the best single-target tank with their wide variety of defensive-based cooldowns. For ability roll call, first up we have Victory Rush. Anytime you score a killing blow, you get some free, rageless damage to keep the kill streak going, but do note that this is before it healed them in any way. Warrior Mobility sees an overall upgrade with the addition of the Intervene spell, which allows you to charge towards an ally and take the damage and effect of the next hostile action towards them.
Oh, cool.
Mobility-wise, this is crucial for quick escapes or closing the gap if an ally is positioned favorably near an enemy. And for the most sharp, if timed correctly, it can be used to take critical abilities such as Kidney Shot to name just one. Warriors who've been bullied relentlessly by coward 2-button frost mages will generate more real-life rage to learn that it's still pretty much the case in BC. But you can at least hit one button now instead of just AFKing to wait for your inevitable demise. And that's Spell Reflect. Only usable with the shield, this will reflect one spell cast on you within the next 5 seconds, with just a 10-second cooldown, which is pretty crazy. It gives them some way to defend themselves against spellcasters of any kind. Our pea-sized brains are strained with the addition of a new shout. Commanding Shout gives you the option of increased health.
Probably not going warrior though, right?
Take a bit of power for 30 seconds. Various physical damage became infamous for the mention is mace specialization. The Burning Crusade is when warriors became infamous for their mace stun. This talent received a buff, and it procs all the time. And looking up old warrior arena videos in Burning Crusade, usually they'll be using a mace because it's just stupidly good.
We already did
warriors can devastate,
Warrior Priest.
deal some damage, and
The one we've done.
Under armor.
We could do warrior something else, or priest something else,
assuming
maybe.
Proud here. And then revenge when it's up, heroic strike for rage dump, and either sunder armor or battle shout as filler. This is a game changer because it's an actual damaging, no cooldown ability that you can use between revenges, making it feel like you're doing more than just holding threat, and it makes tanking feel a little bit less awkward. Combine this with the huge buff to shield slam damage, and also general increased boss damage, the Sword and Board takes the crown back from Fury Prot as the tanking spec in BC. Warriors grow a lot in the Burning Crusade. A lot of what they lack in vanilla seems to get addressed, with the biggest being mobility with Intervene, Spell Reflect to help them against casters, and some serious self-healing through Second Wind, which is going to be a must for any PvPer. Tanking feels really nice with the addition of an actual damaging skill with no cooldown. They do very well in PvE. In PvP, they're still kings due to their burst and the healing debuff from Mortal Strike is still unique to them. And tanking, they're as good as
still
ever.
pretty damn
They're
good.
represented well in just about every role that they are intended to fill, and are a very good choice for players who want to strive in both PvP and PvE, DPS or tanking.
There's definitely going to be some warrior players. Still good. Mage time. Guys, mages are kind of nice.
Masters of Arcane, Frost, and Fire. Mobility, crowd control, damage, utility, defense, AoE, single target. The mage seems to adapt to just about any situation before them, and you'll never find someone saying, nah, don't take a mage, they suck. The spellcaster archetype is as old as the fantasy genre, and in World of Warcraft they have a focus on 3 schools of magic: Fire, Frost, and Arcane, and each have their own unique effects and playstyle. And aside from being heavy damage dealers, they also bring great support to allies through the use of buffs, crowd control effects, conjured food and water, and portals to major cities. Throughout vanilla, due to all of this, they're one of the most prolific classes. Whether you choose to control and freeze your enemies through the PvP-oriented Frost Tree, or nuke through raids through the power of Fire and Arcane, they They just always seem to be amazing in any expansion for both PvE and PvP.
Oh wait, you could
And the
actually
same
go
is
like
true for the
Fire
Burning
Mage in
Crusade.
TBC.
Spell Steal will take a beneficial magic effect
You
on
can
an enemy
probably
and
actually
put
go
it on
like Fire
yourself
or
to
Arcane
its
and not be
maximum,
completely
no
trolling,
cooldown.
because Molten
This turns
Core and all the
mages into
raids
super dispellers,
are just
and
fire
its
immune
uses
and
for
fire
PvE
resistant.
and PvP are obvious.
Maybe you can
Steal
actually
Paladin
play
buff,
Fire.
powerful damage buffs, druid heals,
And then Frost
enemy
for
mage
PvP?
absorbs. It's insane. They also get the invisibility spell. It works as a pseudo stealth. It removes you from combat and makes you invisible to enemies, and you can only see
That
other
is
invisible
cool, damn.
mages. This is one of the
What?
many threat drops added to the game that I mentioned earlier.
Oh, threat drop.
Vending
for
machines
Mage.
will rejoice to learn that the Burning Crusade is when they get the refreshment table. That's right, no more handing out food and water one by one to a full raid. Simply have 2 other players there to help you summon the table, and they can take what they want.
Wait, that's cool.
Molten Armor is a new buff that increases your crit, reduces your chance to be crit, and deals some damage to attackers. You of course have to choose between this and your other armor spells. Those who love the arcane fantasy of mages have their time to shine in the Burning Crusade with the new Arcane Blast spell. Although the arcane tree does see much use in Vanilla Classic, it's used more as a support for fire and frost abilities really, and Arcane Missiles, the intended damage spell for the tree, hardly sees any use at all. Arcane Blast on the other hand is very powerful. Each time you use it, it has a reduced cast time, but increased mana cost, so it's a mana hog, and you have to be careful not to go too overboard. Ice Lance makes its debut in BC, dealing very minimal damage baseline, but increased threefold against frozen targets. This combined with Shatter gives incredible burst, and with its 30-yard range, replaces Cone of Cold in that Shatter combo. In Vanilla, Frost Mages are incredibly bursty, but a downside is that they must stay stationary to get that damage, or expose themselves with Cone of Cold. Having a 30-yard range instant cast spell gives more mobility to a class that already excels in kiting, which is particularly
Instant
deadly
cast
even more so
spells.
when you consider the Water Elemental. This can be obtained at the end of the Frost
Water
Tree.
Elemental?
It's a
What?
pet that'll not only attack your target,
Oh my
but also
god.
give you a ranged Frost Nova on a 25-second cooldown. So combine all of this with Spell Steal, Invisibility, Ice Lance, and High Burst. Frost Mages grow even stronger than they once were in Vanilla Classic.
Okay, great.
Which is hard to believe and pisses me off because I'm a warrior. Icy Veins is a DPS cooldown for
Okay.
Frost Mages, only added in patch 2.3, granting casting speed and preventing pushback for 20 seconds. So, another ability that may or may not be in the game at release, depending on how they do TBC Classic. Arcane Mages find the Slow talent in their tree, which works in 3 parts: reduced movement speed, casting speed, and increases the time between attacks by 50% with no cooldown. Fire Mages get a bit more control with Dragon's Breath. As you may know, this is the glass cannon spec in Vanilla. Full on damage,
Ooh,
but if
Fire
people catch
Mage.
you, you're pretty much a goner. This deals some damage and disorients
Sounds
enemies
fun.
in a cone area to give you a bit
Oh.
more CC to a spec that's starved of CC. Overall, the mage just categorically improves in just about every aspect in both PvE and PvP.
Damn. Mage
PvP
buffs?
in particular, with some added danger.
Are you
and
kidding me?
utility with Spell Steal, and more damage on the move with Ice
Frost
Lance,
Mage, Fire
control
Mage,
with
Arcane
Water
Mage.
Elemental, and Slipperiness with
That's
Invisibility.
sick, though. That's
Fire
cool.
and Arcane are the PvE specs, with Arcane taking over when they get their tier 5 bonus. And Frost, as explained, is unmatched for PvP. It's still pretty clear-cut what specializations you'll follow for certain activities, and there's not a lot of crossover on either side. Regardless, the mage is still as strong as ever, and you really can't go wrong in PvE or PvP.
What's this? Shaman? Priest.
The power of Christ compels you. To like this video if you're enjoying it so far. The first healer on our list, of course, has to be
Let's like it, guys. Like in the video.
the priest. Instead of weaving spells of frost, fire, and arcane to tear apart enemies, they hold a wide variety of holy spells to replenish allies. They're not left defenseless though, and have a selection of offensive holy and shadow spells to protect themselves. They have the reputation of having the most diverse toolkit out of any healer.
W's.
Absorbs,
Go like the
heals
video,
over
guys, if
time,
you're enjoying
quick
this right
heals,
now.
Quick heals, big heals, and powerful buffs makes them adapt to just about any situation. And let's not forget those who
W
dabble on
Mads.
the dark side.
Mads
and
used to
use
show
spells
putting
of
this
shadow
together.
instead of healing. A mixture of damage over time effects, debuffs, and bursty damage spells makes them quite dangerous in PvE and PvP, all the while still being able to pop out and throw out some heals in a pinch. Just about the only thing that a mage can't do. Holy is your straight healing specialization, which sole purpose is to increase raw healing throughput and mana returns. Discipline is more of a supportive tree, housing many crucial buffs and improving the priest's defense, making them more appealing in the realm of
Is
PvP.
it like in general,
And
just
Shadow, as
TBC?
described, forsakes light for Shadow, and its wielders have an extent.
To like more of the specs, I feel like in Classic it feels like you just play one, like there's just one build. Maybe there's a PvP spec and a PvE spec. It feels like maybe there's just more viable different specs within the classes in TBC. Or maybe maybe he's just being generous in describing them all, but it feels like there's more kind of spec identity.
Collection
sounds
of
cool.
Linkin Park albums. Mass Dispel is the first new ability on our list, removing one beneficial magic effect from enemies and one harmful magic effect on allies within a large radius, even being strong enough to pop immunities such as Paladin bubbles or Mage ice blocks. Fear Ward, formerly exclusive to dwarves, is now baseline for every priest of both factions. Of course, making the target immune to the next fear spell. This was seen to be
Wait,
too
everybody gets
important
Fear
to be
Ward?
restricted to just one race.
Okay.
So I guess screw you to all of the
Wait,
dwarves
that's
out
sick.
there.
Oh my
Power
god.
Mending is a buff that you apply to a target, and upon that target taking damage, they're instantly healed, and the spell bounces to another raid member at random, up to a maximum of
Dude, it
5
looks
times.
so cool.
Binding Heal is
Guys,
a low
TBC
threat
is gonna be
flash
so
heal for
hype.
yourself
Oh my
and
god.
target, having quite a high mana cost. And Shadow Fiend makes its debut. When used, you summon a Shadow Fiend to attack your target, and it restores mana to the priest with each hit.
Okay.
They also receive the powerful Shadow Word Death, which is their execute. It's instant
Yo,
heavy
what's
shadow
up,
damage,
ND?
only usable
We're
on
trying to cook
targets
here,
below
figuring out like
20%
what
health.
class we're gonna go for
Pain Suppression
TBC.
is a talent that's
Feels like
found
it's
in the
just
discipline
around the
tree,
corner. All these
reducing
maintenances.
damage taken by the target, and also increasing dispel resistance. And
Who
an
knows?
important passive they have is their improved Divine Spirit
I want to
talent,
see.
which gives
Watching
them
video
extra
here.
spell power based on the target's spirit stat. Most raids will run one Discipline Priest for that alone. And we have Circle of Healing, which is exclusive to Holy Priests, and it's an instant cast heal to a target and all nearby party members, which is spammable, but you will run into mana issues. Lastly, Vampiric Touch is exclusive to Shadow Priests. It's a new damage over time that also debuffs the target, giving mana regeneration to the priest and all party members based on shadow damage.
Ooh.
It's
Oh,
extremely
shit.
important, and along with their Shadow Weaving debuff, which causes your target to take 10% increased shadow damage at 5 stats.
Shadow Priest. What
and
about
Ranger,
Shadow
which is
Priest,
5%
guys?
For all spells, Shadow Priests become crucial in every raid tier in the
Oh,
Burning Crusade due
shit.
to the added support. If you've ever heard the term
Shadow
mana battery
Priests?
before, it's probably referring to Shadow Priests. They're as strong as ever, with Holy being the main PvE healing spec, whereas Discipline brings that support, and outside of that favors
Damn.
PvP-oriented players due to its defensive capabilities.
Priest sounds
Shadow,
kind of
as
hype too.
described, is great in PvE due to its support, still dealing decent damage. In PvP, it's kind of hit or miss. You still don't have dispersion, nor any movement increases, which leaves you very vulnerable if you get trained. They're dependent on good peelers such as mages or rogues. But on the flip side, they do melt faces, and their silence is untrinketable in BC. 5 seconds of guaranteed no heals with the 45-second cooldown is insane. Also, silence isn't on the DR until Wrath, which is even more broken. So they have potential, you just need to support them.
2 buttons.
So, the Priest.
Bro's name is 2
PvE,
buttons.
PvP, DPS,
What class is that,
and
do you
healing.
think?
They have a lot of tools, and are generally in high demand, no matter your preference.
Warlock. Is Warlock 2 buttons? That looks so cool, by the way.
The Warlock. Our
One
third
button?
caster on the list, the Warlock has gained the reputation of being extremely powerful in the Burning Crusade in particular. Whereas the Shadow Priest merely adopted the darkness, the Warlock was shaped by it, molded by it even. Most every spell in the repertoire is of the Shadow Magic school, and their use is very wildly. Whether it's
Okay.
straightforward damage from the hard-cast Shadow Bolt, your extensive arsenal of damage over time effects, debilitating curses, a wide variety of demons at their command, or even supportive spells such as Healthstone to
Some
heal allies,
witchcraft?
or
How's that
Soulstone to
going?
revive
Alright, see ya.
them, or the Ritual of Summoning for transportation, the Warlock is a great combination of support and damage. Their Affliction tree focuses on improving their curses and debilitating effects, with more of a focus on damage over time spells to give their enemies a slow but steady death. Demonology, as the name suggests, improves the various demons that you have at your disposal,
Ooh.
and Destruction forgoes utility and defense for all-out damage.
Yup,
One of the many
destruction.
glass cannon specializations in the game, and they could really dish it out. Not only do they retain that great utility, but they're nuking machines in PvE and juggernauts in PvP.
Maybe that's not the
You'll see
way
druids
to go
slash
all out
warlock
glass
in 2
cannon
so
on
much that
hardcore.
you'll want to vomit all over your
Well,
keyboard.
we could go destruction
New spells
for
are Seed
non-hardcore.
Corruption, which deals some damage over time to a target, and explodes for AoE damage after that target takes a certain amount of damage. So a really strong AoE spell here. They also get a new armor called Fell Armor. This changed all over the place over the years, but in BC it increases healing by 20% and increases your spell power. Similar to the Mage table, the Warlocks get the Soul Well, which if you have 2 people help you summon, drops a clickable Soul Well that'll dispense health stones, so no more trading stones out one at a time. Another threat drop is Soul Shatter. One of the issues you may have run into in vanilla was that she had the potential for high damage, but due to threat sometimes you just had to slow down. Soul Shatter is a 5-minute cooldown spell that drops 50% of your aggro to all enemies within 50 yards.
Oh,
Incinerate is a new damage spell, dealing some
That's-
moderate damage
that's
baseline,
big.
and some bonus to targets affected by your Immolate dot. And for talents, we have Unstable Affliction for the Affliction tree. This is another dot that deals some moderate damage, and more importantly, some heavy damage and a 5-second silence if it's dispelled. So this gives you some great dispel protection. You load up your target with dots, and then throw this on top of it to protect them.
Seems good.
They also get a few key passives for raid support, such as Shadow Embrace, which causes your dots to reduce physical damage done by the target by 5%,
Oh,
and Malediction,
damn.
which improves your Curse of Elements. Demonology Warlocks get a new demon called the Felguard. This is quite a powerful demon, having the ability to cleave and
Oh.
intercept stun in addition to its high damage. And Destruction Warlocks pick up Shadow Fury, which is an AoE that deals some light damage and stuns all enemies within the reticle for 2 seconds. Affliction is very powerful early on in PvE, not just due to damage, but also those debuffs. They later get overtaken by Destruction though. Due to its fragility, it's mainly a PvE spec, but top tier damage requires top tier gameplay. Get those fingers ready, because your job is to use Curse of Elements and then Shadow Bolt. So
Okay,
they have the Being
alright,
Hunter
sure.
syndrome. High damage, but an incredibly simple playstyle.
Okay.
But hey, this is still mid-2000s MMO design. What'd you
Fair enough.
expect?
Fair enough. I
Demonology
mean,
has its uses. A unique
thinking about that right there, by the way, you know, there's people playing Warlocks out there. So if we were to dual box a raid, if we were to dual box hardcore in a raid, Warlock seems pretty good. If we're just, Curse of Elements, spamming Shadow Bolt? That's perfect. Spam Shadow Bolt, moving the other one, do some shit. Shadow Bolt, moving the other one, do some shit. Shadow Bolt, moving the other one, do some shit. Could be the
thing
move.
with Warlocks is that they tanked certain fights in the expansion, but overall Demonology went down as being a PvP spec paired with Affliction. You may have heard
But obviously, don't get me wrong. I do want to play the game as much as we can, though. But, you know, if the best move is to just spam Shadow Bolt when we don't have to move and kite out of somewhere.
the term SL/SL Warlocks. This is
SL.
referring to a
This
talent
is what Miss
build
B was
that gives
talking
you
about
Siphon
earlier.
Life and
Soul
Soul
Link.
Link. A combination of steady damage, insane tankiness, and high self-healing makes them very dangerous in PvP. Regardless,
Ooh,
you can bet
PvP
money
too.
that they'll be one of the most prolific classes in Arena and BC Classic,
Okay.
just about as much as the Druid.
PvP Druid's also good. Druid could be hyped too. Druid Lock?
The Jack of all trades and Master of none. The first class on our list that's capable of DPS, tanking, and healing is the Druid. The
Except you
Masters
don't
of
see the
Nature,
gear
they
on
have
the
the ability
Druid.
to shapeshift into different animal forms to suit their needs. They borrow a little bit from every class. Their tank form, which is Bear, operates on the Warrior's Rage system. Their cat form, which is for DPS, operates on the Energy and Combo Point system, which you'll see soon in the Rogue section. And aside from this, they hold a variety of crucial supportive buffs and abilities, such as Innervate for mana regeneration, or Critical Strike to party members. They're still the only class with the ability to resurrect teammates in the midst of combat, and their healing style is unique because it's focused primarily on heal over time effects. The Feral Tree is dual purpose, holding talents that increase both their tanking and DPS capabilities. A benefit from this is that they can switch between both on the fly. Restoration holds a variety of buffs to make you a more powerful healer, and Balance on the other hand is a spellcaster tree, providing boons to arcane and nature damaging spells, even holding its own animal form to improve them further. In vanilla, they were seen to be one of the weakest classes overall, In a community who's obsessed with min-maxing, a class that can do everything but isn't the best at it made them into one of the least represented classes in the game.
Okay.
However, this changes in the Burning Crusade as they
Okay.
become unrivaled in very important aspects, whether it be in the realm of tanking, DPS, or healing, PvE or PvP. One of the reasons for this,
Druids are
at least
like
for healing,
bits or what?
is that it was the Burning Crusade is when multiple classes could have heals over time on a target. This is true for any class with HOTS, but I felt it most appropriate to mention in the Druid category because after all, that's their whole niche. They're the
Wait.
heal over time class. So removing this restriction alone was huge for all classes.
Oh, you can have multiple pots.
The Druid even more so. They have a new heal over time called
Damn.
Life Bloom, which also heals instantly.
So
at
having
the
more
end of
than one Druid
duration,
healer
or
is
if it's
fine.
dispelled, giving them
In a
some more
raid.
power in PvP, and it's stackable 3 times to increase its potency. The reason why Druids become gods in PvP can be summed down to one spell, and that's Cyclone. Since its implementation, the spell has become iconic of the PvP Druid, and for good reason. This is a
Cyclone.
1.5 second cast spell that incapacitates
I feel like I've
a
seen
target
that
for
in
6 seconds,
retail.
making them immune to everything.
In
They can't
retail
move,
PvP.
Can't cast, can't take damage, can't take healing. It has no cooldown and can be chained with a total duration of around 10 seconds before DR kicks in, and they'll go immune for 15 seconds. Along with their roots, this makes druids the kings of control, and they're represented very well in Arena because of that.
There's probably going to be a lot of
Lacerate
druids.
is a new skill, only usable in bear form, and it puts a bleed on your target, stacking up to 5 times. The Feral Druid is an up-and-coming tank in BC, which we'll discuss later. This is one of the reasons why. They also get 2 versions of Flight Form, one trainable, and the other awarded
Flight
after
Form.
an iconic quest chain. And lastly, for
Cool.
baseline spells, we have Maim for Cat Form, which is basically a weaker version of Kidney Shot. It disorients the target for a longer duration, the more combo points you use. It deals a bit of damage, but also breaks on damage, so it's not as powerful
Dude, the
as a
enemies
stun,
look so
but it still
cool.
gives you
What?
control and sets you up for a shred. Balanced druids only get Force of Nature, which summons 3 treants to attack a target for a short period of time. An issue with balanced druids in classic vanilla is mana. In fact, you may have heard the term Oomkin before. They burn through it incredibly quickly,
Oomkin.
and this is addressed with the Dream State talent, which increases mana regeneration based on intellect. And they bring some good utility with their improved Fairy Fire, which increases the chance that the target will be hit by both physical and spells by 3%. Feral Druids get Mangle, both for bear and cat form. The bear form deals damage and costs rage, and the cat form costs energy and awards a combo point, and both increase the damage that your target takes from your shred and your bleeds by 30%. Bear form has a 6-second cooldown, whereas cat form has no cooldown. Restoration Druids gain Tree of Life, which does several things. It increases healing taken for all party members by 25% of your spirit, but also slows you by 20%, and you can only use the following spells. The mana cost of these spells are also reduced by 20%.
Doesn't it
And note
suck
that
though?
this
Like if
heal
you're
isn't
playing
tied to
druid,
just your heals. It's all
you,
healing,
you're
which
just
makes
healing.
them
You can't even
extremely
see your
important.
gear.
So balance, due to their increased mana regeneration and damage, is made to be more competitive with
I
other
guess
classes.
you'll be able to see it in
They won't be
between
topping
stuff.
the meters, but they do hold their own, and raids will often
But
bring
it
a
is kind
balanced
of
druid for
goofy
their
and funny to
support
look like a
along.
tree too.
Feral Druid DPS is tricky because it's completely dependent on the player. It has a complex rotation, implementing power shifting and using niche items such as this level 40 helmet that you get in vanilla. Great Feral Druids can do impressive things, but it requires about 10 times more effort than your average DPS class, and those looking for a high skill cap will love it.
Okay.
Feral tanking, as
Doesn't
I've
sound like
said, really shines in the Burning
Dualboxing.
Crusade. I mean, they can still do fine in Classic for
Potential.
certain fights, but they're much more commonplace in BC, just like all these other specs. They have good single target threat, and when they're not tanking, they can switch out and deal some damage. For example, you have some 3 tank boss fights. Well, if you bring 3 tank spec characters only, it's a wasted slot for the other 2 tank boss fights, unless one of those tanks is feral. And Restoration is great as well, due to that Tree of Life buff, and the remove restriction on HOTS. On fights that require movement, heals over time will always shine,
Dude,
and Restoration Druids do well on the Burning Crusade.
that's a derpy tree.
So overall, the Druid will 100% be the class that sees the biggest increase going from vanilla to BC.
Okay.
One of the least played classes to one of the most played classes, surely,
Okay.
as the Jack of all trades, Master of none design turned into a Jack of all trades, pretty damn good at all.
Okay. Druid. Interesting. Rogue, I'm interested to hear here. Is this like PvP only? Is it good at all in PvE?
Sometimes subtlety is the answer. The next class on our list is the Rogue. Another melee class, they hold a bit more decorum than the aforementioned warrior. One of two classes with stealth, they have the advantage of picking their fights, and combined with a wide arsenal of devastating bursty attacks and cooldowns, they can take people out before they even have time to react. Like the Feral Druid, they operate on the energy system, which generates over time,
When if we're
and
going
also
to
the combo point
PvP,
system.
that
Some
sound fun to
abilities
do,
generate
Rogue.
combo points up to a maximum of 5, and other more powerful abilities called finishers consume these combo points for high damage or powerful buffs. They're a dual-wielding class, preferring daggers or maces or swords, coating them with several different poisons that damage and cripple those on the receiving end. They're a very calculated class. Control would be the best word to describe them, and they're just as deadly as their vanilla counterparts. Some would say even more so, in fact. Assassination is a tree that focuses on improving your poisons and burst damage, and highlights the use of daggers, whereas combat is more of a swashbuckling, in-your-face raw damage style. Not as subtle as the other specializations, but it gets the job done. And lastly, subtlety improves your stealth capabilities and gives even more control to a class that's already the master of control. Deadly Throw is a new combo point spender, dealing some light damage at range, and also slowing the target by 50% for 6 seconds. Additionally, we have Envenom, which is another finisher that consumes doses of deadly poison equal to the number of combo points on your target, applying instant poison and dealing some heavy damage. Anesthetic Poison is new. It's basically a weaker version of instant poison that causes no threat. Shiv is an offhand attack that instantly applies poison that's attached to your offhand weapon. A nice way of reducing the RNG from vanilla of poisons just refusing to proc sometimes. And lastly for baseline is the Cloak of Shadows, which has a 90% chance to remove and make you immune to all spell effects for 5 seconds at a 1 minute cooldown.
Wait, what?
Making them even more immune to all spell effects for 5 seconds.
Instantly removes all existing harmful spell effects, increase your chance 90%. Won't that just basically put them at 100? Oh, you're gonna use this and you're just gonna not resist that one Frost Nova or whatever. You're gonna be pissed, aren't you?
Which has a 90% chance to remove and make you immune to all spell effects for 5 seconds at a 1 minute cooldown, making them even more dangerous to casters. Assassination rogues get Mutilate, which deals damage with
Cloak
both
of Shadows
weapons,
is nuts.
awarding 2
Is the
combo
nuts?
points, and with a damage buff to poison
Does sound
targets.
pretty damn
And
insane.
Subtlety gets Shadow Step, which
Yeah, this sounds like
teleports you behind
it
your
would be
enemy,
fun to
gives you
learn
movement speed,
Rogue,
increased damage, and reduced threat.
like
at a
Rogue in
30-second cooldown.
PvP.
Note that in its BC debut, this is only usable against
Sounds
enemies.
like
Combat
can get
remains to
really
be
good
the
at
go-to for PvE, and they do well, competing for top
Combat.
DPS in the later tiers.
Okay.
Especially when they get glaives, of course, but you might have to be a streamer for that one. You may have heard back in the day that certain boss fights
Oh, look
required
at this
glaive
guy.
glaives to be able to beat the enrage timers
Holy
in the final raid,
shit.
Sunwell. Similar to vanilla, subtlety is the main PvP spec through the calculated use of cooldowns. It's just now you have Shadow Step on top of it all, which makes it the clear frontrunner for PvP.
no way. Shadow
Many
Step?
people
Is that
say
like a little
they're
blink?
The best in PvP, in fact. Again, I don't like using that word too much, but I still wouldn't disagree with it. Search any BC Arena tier list, and you'll find subtlety in the S or A tiers usually. Assassination is sort of middle ground. You can run it for PvE and
Rogue.
PvP, and it competes, but an issue they run into is Mutilate still requires you to be behind your target in BC, which gives them a strict positional requirement. In an expansion that's already unfriendly to melee, this certainly doesn't help, but it does have its place, just like all of these specializations. Overall, the
What
rogue
was
will
that?
be does have its place, just like all of these specializations. Overall,
Oh.
the rogue will be a very popular choice in Burning Crusade, as it is in vanilla. One of the deadliest in PvP due to their control, and they fit with many teams, and still competing for the top in PvE, at least in later tiers. They'll be very prolific throughout the expansion.
Cool. Cool. Rogue sounds like fun. But melee classes are having it tough in TBC apparently. Rogue does sound like fun, but I guess especially if we're doing a lot of PvP. But I really like the PvE aspect too.
Put your faith in the light. The Paladin is
You
the
just play
cousin
rogue.
of the warrior. Primarily a melee class, this heavily armored crusader employs the aid of holy magic to heal allies, exorcise foes, and bolster themselves. They're a support-heavy class, providing a wide variety of buffs called blessings that provide crucial aid to allies, whether it be attack power, mana regeneration, threat reduction, protection spells. In addition to this, they also hold many different auras that are party-wide and changeable on the fly to match whatever situation that they're in. They also operate on the unique seal system. These provide unique augments to the Paladin's attacks, and upon using the Judgment spell, are consumed for other unique effects.
Okay.
For example, this one returns mana when the Paladin swings,
Are we going Paladin?
and if you judge it, it copies that effect to everyone who hits that target. And the same is also true with the Seal of Light counterpart. They're the only class, other than the Druid, that are capable of all 3 combat roles.
True.
The Holy Tree improves the Paladin's healing capability, whereas the Retribution specialization focuses more on offense.
Are
with
Red
buffs
Paladins
and
actually good
abilities
now?
to dish out some divine justice. And Protection, as you would imagine, is the tanking tree, providing a wide variety of defensive buffs and threat generation improvements. This has been the design since the game's inception in vanilla, but many players have been disappointed to learn that it's primarily the Holy Paladin that was in demand. Protection Paladins, unfortunately, suffer from mana issues and a lack of a taunt that stops them from shining in the tank role, and Retribution, simply a lack of damage. Luckily for you though, like all of these other classes, these weaknesses have been addressed.
Is the
and you have
balance
some
just
options.
is the balance just
The
way
first
better in
being their
TBC?
taunt, which is Righteous Defense. You use this on a player, and up to 3 enemies attacking that target will attack you instead. So it's kind of a roundabout way of doing it, but it is a taunt, which covers up a huge hole in their toolkit from vanilla. Crusader Aura is a party-wide 20% mount speed buff, making Paladins the fastest flyers in the Outland. And Avenging Wrath, now an iconic spell for the class, also makes its debut in the Burning Crusade. In this iteration, it's a straight 30% damage buff, and the downside is that it causes forbearance, which makes it so you can't bubble yourself for a minute. It's also a magic effect, which makes it susceptible to dispels and spell steal, and trust me, mages are just waiting for you to pop this thing. Spiritual Attunement is a passive that gives them mana back based on healing taken, more designed for tanking here obviously, but it's baseline for every spec, which definitely helps. And interestingly enough, there are also some faction-specific spells for Paladins, and even before release, these are already at the center of some controversy. The Alliance gets Seal of Vengeance, which puts on a stacking dot, with the Judgment dealing holy damage, increasing per stack. The Horde, on the other hand, gets Seal of Blood, which causes attacks to deal an additional 35% weapon damage as holy damage at the cost of health, and the Judgment to deal holy damage as well, which also deals some damage to the Paladin. Seal of Blood is universally seen as being the superior skill, thus Horde Paladin's superior to
I don't think I
Alliance
like the
Paladins by
Paladin.
extension.
I don't know
Why?
what it is.
Well, for many reasons.
Maybe it's just because I've
It scales
been
better
playing
with haste.
Paladin level 1 to
Haste doesn't
20
affect dots in the
with
Burning
no
Crusade,
consecration
so
a
more
bunch of
haste for
times now.
vengeance just means getting to 5 stacks
And no
quicker,
buttons to
so
press.
it scales very poorly. Seal of Blood does more damage overall, and the self-inflicted damage is actually a benefit due to that Spiritual Attunement passive, which restores 10% mana on healing taken. This doesn't work with overhealing, it must be actual heals, so the Seal of Blood also gets an edge in mana regeneration, which is important because seal twisting is still a thing in the Burning Crusade. Basically, you time your melee swings with changing seals to get the benefits of both. It's more damage, but taxing on your mana, so it's pretty big. In fact, due to its poor scaling, Alliance Retribution Paladins don't even use Seal of Vengeance, instead of going for the tried and true Seal of Command. This discrepancy is so large, in fact, that some private servers actually share the spell between factions, and people are calling for the same for the official re-release, but it remains to be seen what Blizzard will do. My guess is that they'll keep it faction-specific, just based on how they've handled Vanilla Classic, but we'll see. And for spec-specific abilities, Holy gets Divine Illumination, which is a straightforward 50% mana cost reduction cooldown for the spammy parts of fights. Protection gets Avenger Shield, which covers up another big problem with vanilla Paladin tanks, and that's the fact that they don't have a range spell. Any prod Paladin will be familiar with these items, candles, that you farm off of level 5 kobolds because you are simply lacking a ranged ability for pulling in vanilla. This bounces between a few targets,
Oh,
and dazes
now
them.
that's cool.
It just begs for a macro tied to it, referencing Captain America in some way.
That is cool.
And lastly, we have Crusader Strike for
Oh
Retribution
yeah, they actually
Paladins,
get a weapon
an instant
button.
cast melee ability that
That
refreshes
does sound
all
nice.
judgments.
Oh,
Retribution Paladins
refreshes
are
on
very stagnant in
judgments.
vanilla. Aside from judging, you just sort of auto-attack everything. I always called them the Netflix class. You attack a mob, switch
So
to Netflix,
true.
come back, loot, attack a mob, switch to Netflix, and rinse and repeat. So an actual attack adds a ton of agency to their gameplay.
Oh,
It also refreshes all judgments, not just your own. Holy Paladins specialize in tank healing in the Burning Crusade due to their high
Netflix
HPs
glass.
and efficient mana cost and returns. If you paid attention to their toolkit though, you've noticed that they've gotten 0 AoE heal capability, discounting the Judgment of Light, so they fall short in raid healing. But
Okay.
they're strong in their own ways. Blessings, auras, their ability to free themselves from roots, and even full immunity. Lay on Hands, which still has that 30% armor buff if they're talented for it. They're just more focused on tank healing is all. For PvP, they have their strengths and weaknesses. They have high physical mitigation due to being plate and shield wearers, but a lot of their skills require them to be in the fray, which also puts them at risk, so it kind of evens out there. Also, aside from Holy Shock, their heals are all hard cast, which can also be an issue. Protection Paladins overall probably received the biggest power increase.
Okay.
They garnered the reputation of being the AoE tank in the expansion, and for
Okay.
good reason. With Consecration and that AoE taunt and just a 15-second cooldown, that's pretty much how they were designed. They're
Okay.
amazing for heroics, trash and raids, and even certain bosses and raid tiers as I remember.
Okay, kind
They
of
didn't
cool.
have a taunt, so give them a taunt. They run into mana issues, so give them this passive.
Wait, what's the taunt there?
They didn't have a taunt, so give
Comes to defense a friendly target commanding up to 3 enemies attacking the target to attack the paladin instead. Oh, so it's like you target an ally and taunt the mobs off of them.
them a taunt. They run into mana issues, so give them this
Cool.
passive. It's not an end-all solution, but if you're with the Shadow Priest, you're in pretty good shape, and you'll find plenty of Protection Paladins running around in the Burning Crusade. As for Retribution, as described earlier, this is the spec that's most affected by that Seal of Blood issue, so it really depends on your faction. They do well as I remember. Crusader Strike is nice because it refreshes all judgments, not just your own, and they always bring blessings and auras just like any paladin, and you don't feel like you're AFK half the time anymore. In PvP, it's still pretty RNGs, so you'll have mixed results. If you're looking for the ultimate form of paladins, you're gonna have to wait until Wrath where they go Super Saiyan. In BC,
Okay.
they're more in that KO Ken shit, and even though you have an instant attack now, a lot of your damage is fishing for those Seal of Command procs, and your big DPS cooldown is stealable by one of the most represented classes in BC Arena, even putting Dispelling aside. There are comps where they'll do well. I think pairing them with Shamans and Wind Fury is seen as being quite strong, but they're still getting into their rhythm in PvP in the Burning Crusade, at least in my opinion. It doesn't need to be explained further. Paladins received a lot of love in the Burning Crusade. They're often seen as being the most broken in a lot of ways, with most players relegated to Holy.
What are we
But
missing
now,
now?
all 3 specializations
Shaman?
are a viable
Is that it?
option, and there's always a reason to bring them.
Is that the last one? Okay, we're on the last one here. Dude, this sounds like it's just... It's
Wins
it's
be
better
at your
balanced
back.
overall.
The final class on the list is the Shaman.
The shitty ones...
Professionals in weaving the power of
become
the
more
elements.
playable.
They provide a diverse toolkit in just about any situation. They operate on the totem system. Through 4 different elements, the Shaman can drop totems that provide critical buffs to themselves and their party members, or debuffs and damage to enemies. Extra melee swings, increased mana regeneration, area of effect slows. They have quite the arsenal at their disposal. Earth, fire, wind, water, and a little bit of heart go a long way. Their prowess in many aspects in the Burning Crusade is unrivaled. Thanks, Kevin. Elemental is the nuker from range.
Ooh.
The specialization focuses on improving your spellcasting. Restoration improves upon
Caster
your healing
Shaman.
and support toolkit to keep your allies from harm.
Shaman does sound
And
kind of
enhancement,
cool.
although they still take advantage of their wide variety of spells, is more of a melee DPS-centric tree, preferring a dual-wielding playstyle with quick flurries of burst. This expansion changed Shamans forever with the introduction of Bloodlust and Heroism, which increases the attack and casting speed of all party members
Oh
by 30%
my
for 40
God.
seconds at a 10-minute
Oh my
cooldown.
god, for 40
This
seconds.
class-defining ability at the time, like their totems, affected only themselves and their party members, but also had no exhaustion effect tied to it. This spell alone makes them extremely powerful in the raiding scene.
Yeah.
and combined
Okay,
with their
well,
totems, they
okay, I get it
remain
now.
the
I
kings
heard
of
somewhere
support.
that you needed a
And in
shaman to
PvP,
raid in
many
heroic
people are
in
surprised to
hardcore
learn
WoW.
that it works in arena in BC.
If it happened,
which
now I
is
kind of
insane.
get that.
I think it was
That is
Cataclysm
insane.
that did away with a lot of the long cooldowns in arena. And what new spells would you get other than totems? The Fire Elemental and
Fire
Earth
Elemental
totems
totem.
make their first appearance. The
What?
Fire Elemental dishes out some heavy AoE damage, and
Shit.
Earth is designed for pulling threat and tanking.
Ooh.
The Wrath of Air totem
Wait, you
is another
tank
party buff
with a
which
totem?
increases spell damage
Shaman
and
tank,
healing
real?
with party members. Water Shield is a new shield that increases mana regeneration and restores mana on hit.
Damn.
Like Lightning Shield, it's only usable on yourself. A nice quality of life spell is Totemic Call, which instantly recalls all totems and refunds a bit of mana.
Cool.
In vanilla, when moving through a dungeon with patrols, shamans always had to be careful.
Oh
not
my
letting
god,
a
wait,
street
that's
totem
so
be trying to
good.
pull something back.
You can just press an instant button, costing nothing, and then you just get all your totems back, plus a little bit of the mana it cost. So you don't have to constantly press a new totem to replace where the old one was. Oh
Which
my
instantly recalls all
god.
totems and refunds a bit of mana. In vanilla,
Oh
when
my
moving
god,
through a
that's actually
dungeon
so
with patrols,
good. That's one of the
shamans always
worst
had to be
things about it. I
careful
played
not
at
letting a
Shaman to
street totem
40.
be
It's
trying
like,
to pull
it's just
something
so
by accident.
annoying that you have to constantly
clear
like
with
place a
the
new
single
one.
Elemental shamans get to play with a new totem.
No, I don't
called
think we
Totem of Wrath,
do.
which is
No.
a 3% crit and hit.
At least
buff to
not
all
up until level
spellcaster party
40.
members.
Oh
They
yeah,
also
I did
receive
to
a big
40, I didn't have
upgrade
it.
in the form of mana regeneration. One of their biggest weaknesses in Classic is that they just burn through mana so quickly, with few ways to regenerate it. Much like
Like you straight up, I was in like, you know, Skull Rock Cave or whatever. You put down a totem, or whenever you're in Wailing Caverns, you're in a dungeon, you got 4 different totems. You put down a totem, and then whenever you're walking, you just need to like press down a new totem just in case some pat goes over and sees your totem. It's
Druids, they
awful.
get access to a talent that
It's
increases
constant
their mana
extra anxiety
regeneration
and
based
extra
on
ways
its
to
like
die
stat.
out in the open world.
Enhancement gets Shamanistic Rage, which reduces damage taken, and also gives your melee hits a chance to regenerate mana equal to a portion of your attack power. And, unlike the Paladin's Avenging Wrath, this isn't dispellable. They also get Unleashed Rage, which causes your crits to increase the melee attack power of party members by 10%, which is
Yeah.
huge. And lastly, Restoration gets Earth Shield, which gives them a chance to ignore spell pushback when hit, and also heals a bit, and unlike the other 2 shields, this is castable on friendly units. DPS rankings aren't as important as people would lead you to believe, because shamans are great for the crazy amount of buffs and utility
Yes.
that they provide.
Yeah, that makes
Having
sense.
5 per raid was commonplace. Regardless,
Shaman is
all
gonna
3
be
specs
big.
do well, depending on the raid tier.
Elemental
Think
sounds
enhancement
fun
takes a bit
too.
of time to ramp up, but the shaman as a class is always in high demand. Talking PvP here.
Maybe we do
Wings
shaman
stack are
something.
great, since again,
And if we're
Bloodlust and Heroism work in Arena, and you also have Wind Fury Totem, Grounding, and much more great support. So no matter the spec, they have huge value from that alone.
and
So you
having
can
a
stick with
shaman
Elemental
at
here,
all
though.
times
They're
with
still
their
the burst
totems
machines
would
as
be
they are in
nice.
Classic, but due to the resilience stat, as described earlier, it's not as extreme. Their damage is also based off of RNG with their Lightning Overload talent, which is sort of like Wind Fury for spells. In vanilla, their strength was that they were very bursty, but also reliable since that burst came from the Elemental Mastery talent. So this is dampened by resilience and the RNG nature of Lightning Overload.
Dude, that's
They still do well though, and I expect them to be
that sounds
represented
fun.
pretty
The big
well in
chain
DC.
lightnings. Oh my god.
As mentioned, this is when Enhancement finally gets their grubby paws off of the Rightful Warrior's two-handers and switch to dual wielding, with plenty of talent supporting that.
Okay.
They also bring that nice attack power buff for the melee, so again, the DPS of the Shaman isn't what puts them in demand, it's all of these buffs. In PvP, they're about the same
So
tier
they're
as
like a
Elemental,
support
benefiting
class,
from the same strengths and suffering
but
from the
also
same
more like
weaknesses.
decent themselves.
Bursty, but RNGs, so if you go all in for a kill, you better get it.
Shaman RNG.
Anyone
Yeah,
who's played
I like
Restoration
RNG.
Shaman in Vanilla Classic probably has a bit more wear and tear on their chain heal button. Well, you better get another one, because that's unchanged. Where the Paladin excels at tank healing, the Shaman excels at raid healing, and the chain heal spam becomes their biggest tool, whether it's for dungeons or raiding. Extremely powerful on heals alone, and in addition to the insane support, makes them in many players' eyes, quote, the best healer in BC.
Best
In
healer as
PvP,
well.
They bring
Maybe.
the same benefits from the Enhancement and Elemental Shaman as far as utility goes. Their Earth Shield, unfortunately, though, is dispellable, and unlike Druid and their Life Bloom, there's nothing to dissuade people from cleaning it immediately. This is also before the era of Riptide, so they suffer from that same issue as Paladins, as most of their heals being hard casts, which is fine if you can juke, but it does make you quite stationary and vulnerable. In my classic video, I said that those looking to make friends should roll Healer, Tank, or Warlock, and that still stands, but for BC, you can safely add Shamans to the list. And no matter the activity, you'll find that people will come to you to party with them, not the other way
Wait,
around.
what? What did you say?
In my classic video, I said that those looking to make friends should roll Healer,
Friends.
Tank, or Warlock.
Healer,
That
tank,
still
or
stands,
warlock.
But for BC, you can safely add Shamans to the list. And no matter the activity, you'll find that people will come to you to party with them, not the other way
Alright, so
around.
shamans are just in demand. And low-key sounded kind of cool. Damn, Illidan is so goddamn cool. Oh my god. Holy shit. Guys, Burning Crusade.
And there you have it. It took about a month to make and a good
TBC
portion
hype?
of my sanity, but there's a Burning Crusade class.
Aura,
picking
I
line
know,
for you.
right? Dude, Illidan is
As
way
mentioned
too
in the beginning
cool.
of the video, these classes came a long way in the Burning Crusade. There's no class nor spec that you can.
I've never
deem
fought
as
him. I've never
useless.
went to his raid.
Some are weaker
That
than
would be
others.
so
and
cool.
They'll always be a strongest. It's just the nature of it.
I've never seen him
almost.
in WoW.
But gone are the days of the meme specs and PvE. Rotation-wise, it's another story. You still have some that you can play with the garage door opener, let's be honest here. But things are much more competitive compared to vanilla. Just like in my vanilla video, I want to poll everyone on what they're picking. That one has nearly 70,000 votes as of this video, so let's see if we can beat that. Ultimately, the goal wasn't to outright tell you, quote, the best. Rather more explaining the capabilities of these classes, what they excel at, where they fall short, and a bit about their playstyle, and hopefully by now you've at least narrowed down your choices. Again, check out the rotations and supplementary videos in the description if
Okay.
you want to see a more in-depth look at certain classes and specs. I hope you enjoyed the video, like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Damn.
Peace.
We really just watched that whole video together. I was gonna watch it when I got to work, but this works too. Yeah. Damn. Dude. Hunter sounded like they were way more fun than they used to be. But I'm not super attracted to Hunter. Warrior sounds like they're still cool. Mage sounds like you could do like Fire Mage. You could do different types of mages. Mages are sick. Priests are cool. Warlocks are cool. Druids are cool. Rogues. Cool-ish. Paladin. I don't want to play Paladin. Shaman. Yeah, I'll play anything but Hunter and Paladin probably. Shaman sounds cool. Dude, that's insane. We gotta figure out what the hell we're gonna do. Alright. That was a little watch time together. But that's gonna be it. I'll be off. I gotta go vote, guys. There's an election in Denmark. We gotta go vote and be responsible adults. I feel like lock would be good for you. Multiboxing since it's hella shadow bolts. Yeah, exactly. That is true. That is true. I was thinking that too. But I mean, we don't want to abuse the fact that we're multiboxing, but lock something else. But then if we're doing lock for the dual boxing thing, I need to figure out what we're going to do for the dual boxing so that I know what to do for non-hardcore and what to do for hardcore. I think non-hardcore will just play the game. No dual boxing. And then hardcore will dual box. And then raid on just one at a time. GG's, vote for Totemic Recall. We'll do that. We'll vote for that. That's a great little thing. Hope you guys enjoyed that little video. I was going to watch it, so, you know, we might as well watch it together, right? But I'll be back to actually play the game some more. Go raid somebody. So for another short stream, we have maintenance tomorrow. There's maintenance too. I'm not entirely sure exactly when, but I have to figure that out. But I'm thinking a giga long stream tomorrow. Actually, like, yeah, for sure making it to level 20 and ready for Dead Mines. I don't know if we'll do Dead Mines, but we'll definitely make it ready for Dead Mines. Ooh, we can raid Bonnie's dad.
Something bigger than myself.
Let's do that. Ultra hardcore. Let's send the raid.
Spiders. Spiders, kill lots of spiders. Samuel's remains.
Have a good one. Yeah, see you, Drokany. Thank you guys for. You're probably rolling Mage or Hunter, to be honest. They did sound fun. I mean, obviously, all the classes sound hype. Honestly.
A dozing voice is a huge compliment in our world.
All right, see you
players are
guys.
riddled with different variations of
Stay safe.
insomnia.
Show some love to ultra hardcore creator Monty's dad. He just
Yeah, if
died.
you fall asleep whilst watching the stream, you're